Someone will come running. No, I'll take you home. I did not plan for this live stream. I just got up. And it's very early. It's 16 now. And only put like a 15-minute probably announcement up, but I just wanted to check in and let everybody know. The last thing I did, they gave me a strike on it. Hey, Zigzag, how are you doing? Good morning. I just woke up. I look like, hey, y'all. Literally, got my pajamas still on in the bed. Is that too loud in the background? I did make a video a little bit ago, but YouTube took it down. How are you doing this morning? I know it's still early for a lot of people. Okay. For a lot of people that I usually like. Ooh, should have done something myself. But a lot of the people that I usually talk to are probably not up at this time. Yes, 10:36. I can't even see the time. Hey, Toaster Robin, how are you doing? I know it looked like crap. Just ignore it. Everybody's always talking about I had mine an avatar, so I said, I don't even care. I'm 53 years old and a grandma, and I just been through. I've been through so much. I don't care anymore. Oh, you didn't sleep? Hey, Kate Shelton, how are you? Blessings to you. I can't really see. You know how when you first wake up, your eyes are real blurry? I have bad eyesight anyway. Like my slab. But there's been so much going on these YouTube streets. And I have kind of been in the bushes some. I did go up, I think, on Daisy's. I was wanting to talk about, that case. The, oh gosh, what is it? I need a, what do you call these things? This is, y'all, terrible. And I think it's so cute. I got this at the dollar store. And I keep all my stuff beside my bed I need. So I'm looking for my mints. There they are. My mouth is so dry. I think it's because I just woke up. So what's everybody been up to? Y'all have a good holiday? Mine was terrible. I'm glad I got over it. I'm glad it's through. But I am going to talk about that case though, about that the three that got off. Oh, you've been sick? Everybody's been sick. You've been sick too? Y'all, there's something going around. I was so sick over, seems like it's been a couple weeks even. I had no energy. There was a couple. Now some of it, could be just the way I had, first year without my son. But I there's been times where I slept too much, like I slept all day, and then I couldn't sleep at night. I'd go to bed real early because I was tired, and then I'd wake up at like 3 or 4. You know, mm, that mint's good, but I know that Christine today is going through um her mom. Uh, mom. Oh no! Oh, I think did I read that? Um, was that you that wrote that on my I think I read something. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. Was it Christmas Day? Somebody else's mom passed away on, was it Christmas Day at 12/12? I'm so sorry. Uh, I know you're broken. Listen, grief is horrible, especially when it's on the holidays. It's never a good time to lose your mom or to lose anybody for that matter, but I'm so sorry. Can I say a prayer for you real quick? My dad died on December the 13th of 2017, and it was so bad. Yeah, okay. I was just making sure because I was going to get back to you today. I saw it when I was laying down last night, and I was like on my side, and I couldn't. And I was actually going to get on there and type something back today, but since you're on here, I'll just go ahead and say a quick prayer because, oh, that's terrible because the anniversary thing and it being on a holiday is just the worst. It is so hard to Strobin, you're right. Hey, is it 1979 ACR? Hi, first time live here. I've seen on Chewy's live. I'm always on the replay. Aw, good to have you in here. I'm glad you came in. Let's all say a quick prayer for Kay Shelton. She lost her mom over the holidays, and that's so hard. Father God, I just bring Katie right now. You know what has been going on. Lord, I ask that the God of all comfort and all peace just surround Kay right now, and then the Holy Spirit would just give her just a supernatural peace, Lord. It's spiritual anesthesia that we can't explain. Father, the grief is immense, and honestly, you feel almost like you're just numb, and almost you feel dead inside sometimes when you go through these things, especially around the holidays. And there's never a good time. And Lord, I know for her mom, she's in glory with you, but for the ones that are left behind, it's so hard. And Father, I just ask you to be her comforter, be her rock. Lord, help her get through this because this is just the beginning. She's going to need a lot of help and she's going to need a lot of encouragement. I ask you to surround her with people that will love her and check on her and, make sure that everything is okay and not just leave Kay behind and not think about what she's going through. And Lord, I just ask you to please just send your angels to her home, Lord, and be there and allow her to grieve, Lord, but still give her peace in the middle of it. Lord, I know that there's joy in the morning. You've given it to me, and I know that you can do it. And it's just hard. It's something we got to get through, but I ask you to help her get through it. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Like, there's no, I mean, you only get one mom. I'm so sorry, especially over the holidays. How, if you don't mind, hey, Lolly, how are you doing this morning? Thank you for saying good morning, beautiful. I just woke up out of the bed and I look like crud. I got dark circles under my eyes and you're welcome, honey. And I said a prayer last night, by myself. When I saw your post, but I'm glad that I could pray for you. How you been doing, Lolly? I know you've been going through a lot too. I think everybody's been going through a lot, honestly. I mean, it seems like that, y'all, I don't know about y'all, but 2023, I'm ready to see go. 2024, there's got to be more. That's, I just keep saying. I mean, God's going to have to keep us because, well, listen, there's a lot coming on our world. I feel there's something coming. I don't know. I can't explain it. But I do. I feel there's some things going on that are coming that we're going to have to be prepared for. Test driving, let me see. Just when I felt like I couldn't open up and started trusting again and loving others, I found out they have gone behind my back, stalking and trying to dox instead of giving me time to heal. Oh no. What? I'm so sorry, Test driving. I didn't know you were going through that. I've really been not on YouTube a lot because I had to give myself a mental holiday or break. Sometimes it gets too much and you have to back off for your own mental health. I mean, that's what I had to do. Let's see. I'm so sorry for your loss. I need to push these buttons. I'm sitting too far back. Let's see. My eyes are so bad. I need some glasses. Um, Let me push. Oh, I forgot to have him do this. Um, hmm, that's so bad. I'm so sorry. And that's not been that long ago either. And on Halloween, cancer. My bro- my brother had lung cancer. Well, I hadn't talked to him in a little while. I hope he's doing better. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's been almost a year in March that my son passed away. 1979. I'll just call you 1979. Um, my son, he passed away in March of 2023, and I haven't processed it yet. I know I haven't. There, I mean, I'm sitting here with his Clemson blanket. Like I just sit and hold that all the time. I sleep with it. I know that I haven't. I know I haven't processed it. Lolly said she's doing okay, trying hard to stay positive. God has my back. Yes, he does. And I've been praying for you. I know some of the things you're going through. I know not everything, but enough to know that you need prayer. Well, we all need prayer, but some of us are going through a little bit extra. Lolly also lost a son. Most of y'all know that several years back, and that's just like it's just something you don't get over. You never get over the loss of your parents. Time helps. I'm not going to say it doesn't because it does. Because I lost my mom in 2006 whenever I had a 9-month-old baby. That was terrible. I was only 34, 35. Well, I turned 35 9 days before she passed away. She passed away 9 days after my birthday. That was hard. And even though it's been that long ago, I'm not over that. I'm still not over it. And I know I'm not over my son at all. I'm like, I haven't even been back to his grave. I'm ashamed to admit that, but I can't face it yet. I just can't, because it's going to be real. He used to go out long sea fishing, like on Wicked Tuna or all that. He used to go up in the Bering Sea and go out long line fishing, and he'd be gone for like a month or so. And you know how you lose track of time when somebody dies and you don't really feel like sometimes it's been as long as it has. Like it feels like it's been forever and about a month ago all at once. And grief is just hard, and there's no way to tell any one person to grieve because we all grieve different, and there's no proper way to grieve. You just have to get through it the best way you can. Uh, get to these. I'm always behind on the chat. You sleep with your mama's blanket? Oh. My grandma had a knit, she crocheted. And this is back, I guess, when the chevron pattern was popular a long time ago in the 70s. And she had a blue and white chevron blanket she knitted, and I had that forever. Now my oldest daughter has it, and there's holes in it where you can tell she puts her fingers in there when she's upset and just wraps it around her. We just have to get by the best way we can. It's the only thing we can do. Hey, Diamonds, how are you doing this morning? Oh, thank you for saying beautiful again. Y'all are so sweet. I just woke up out of the bed. Look at my hair. It's still like all messed up from last night. I just braid it so it gets out of my face or I get hot. I have hot flashes. I'm going to be honest. I always said nothing has changed much. I'm just trying to be strong and look at life differently. Yeah. That's all we can do. We have to learn to survive. Survival. That's what it is. Let me see. Lost your pet. Family pets. Oh my gosh. I lost I know that you can't compare cats and stuff with people, but right before I lost my son on Halloween in October, right before that next March, I'm saying, my cat that I had forever, her name was Poe. I named her after Edgar Allan Poe. She played fetch and everything, and she was just like my little buddy. And she passed away in like 30 minutes. She was completely fine. In 30 minutes, she just completely passed away. I tried everything. I gave that cat mouth to mouth. I mean, I was like praying for the Lord to revive him. I mean, it was horrible. And my husband was just sitting there like watching, like, oh my gosh, it was horrible. I didn't even have time to get her nowhere. The loss of a child, I couldn't even fathom the pain. May God give you all extra comfort. Yeah, you can't really. I mean, listen, the night that or the morning my son passed away, we were on Daisy's praying for moms who had lost their kids. Lolly was one of them. She was up there, and I do have empathy. I mean, a lot of empathy for people who go through stuff. And I was like, God, I couldn't even fathom it. I tried to close my eyes. Even then, I was like, I know I'd have to shake my head because it's something that you can't even like, even when it happens, you can barely digest it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, when I was praying for them that night, I was praying and I was just like, oh my gosh. I mean, that's just like my worst fear in the world, something happening to one of my kids. And literally, that was like 3 or 4 in the morning, if I'm not mistaken. It was early in the morning. And my other son came at like 11 o'clock in the morning or something. It was early. I just sat up out of the bed because I'd gone to bed so late. And He just came in, and I could look at his face when he came through the door, and he just collapsed on me and like in my lap, his head in my lap, and said it out loud, and I can't even repeat it because I can't bring myself to say it, and it just didn't seem real. And that is like trauma, just etched in my head right there. And he had to find him. My older son, he had to walk in and find him to when he went to wake him up. And I wish I could take that pain away from him. If I could take it on myself, I would do it in a minute. But there's nothing I can do. And he had a hard time. He couldn't come over Thanksgiving or Christmas. Thanksgiving, me, my daughter, my husband, my youngest daughter, we were here by ourselves on Thanksgiving, and we sat at the table, and I sat there and like I sat here literally like this. I did not want to cry, and tears were just like rolling down the side of my face while I was eating, and I was trying not to get everybody else upset. But looking at that empty chair, and then my other two older kids, they couldn't come because they were really hurting too. And I get it. I understand. People have to get by the way they can. But at Christmas, we put our pre-lit Christmas tree up. I didn't even decorate it. I didn't put one bow on it. And we ate in the den. Everybody sat in their chair and ate in the den. My oldest daughter came, and my youngest daughter was here. My oldest son, he came a couple days later. He's really having a hard time. If people could just remember to keep him in their prayer, I'd appreciate it. He's really struggling. He's the one that found him, and they were only a year and 9 days apart. That's hard. I'm behind again. I'm sorry. Oh, you're welcome, Diamonds. You have really good stuff. Like when I get some money after the holidays, I'm going to be ordering me some stuff. So I had to share it. I mean, plus, I think it's important. We should lift one another up and help one another. So y'all check out Diamond Creation stuff. You can find out on I think she's got a Facebook page because I shared it. But also, she's on my Facebook page. It's under Sayla Rosa Sharon, just like on the YouTube. And you can find her stuff on there. But I'm serious. She's got really good stuff. Oh, thank you. That's sweet. I'm old. I'm just old. You can look at me. And this last year, I have aged so much. My face, I feel like my face is drooping. Plus, I'm always swollen because I'm always crying. And I'm trying not to cry. I'm trying so hard to keep it together. I always do. I mean, I don't like to cry in front of people. I always like to go in the bathroom and shut the door, or either my room and nobody's here and just cry. You will know when it's time for you to go visit this graveside. He is not there, so he isn't upset with you. I still sleep with Austin's favorite t-shirt jacket. Aw. I want his Clemson hoodie and I can't find it. I don't know who has it. But I want it so bad. And I've always been a Carolina Gamecock fan. But he was a big Clemson fan. After my mom died, my mom was the only Clemson fan in our family. Well, that's the two rival teams in our state. So when she passed away, my son was like 15, the one that passed away. So he started pulling for Clemson. And then after he passed away, because I really don't care about football anyway, my husband hates it because he's a dire Carolina fan, Gamecock fan. And I'm like, sorry, switching to Clemson. So this year when the game was on, he was like, I can't believe you did that to me. I'm like, he'll get over it. Somebody's got to pick it up, right? Look at how many people are going through stuff. I mean, it's just like, what I'm starting to wonder, like, is God just taking people home, before the crap breaks out, here this year or next year? I don't know. Something's coming. I'm being honest. I really feel it strong in my bones. Something is cooking. Let's see, Stella. If you would like to send me some of your favorite pictures of your son, I can make you a beautiful memorial tumbler from my heart. Oh, that is so sweet. I would love to do that, but I'll pay for it. I don't mind paying for it. I know you have to pay for that stuff. You can tell me how much it is. I don't mind. But I didn't even think about that. I would love that. My daughter did buy me this. It's funny because you're talking about the Stanley things. But she gave me one. This was one of my presents she gave me for Christmas. The one that just turned 18 yesterday. What's the day? Wednesday. She turned 18 Monday. But my favorite color is purple. I don't know if you can tell my walls are purple in my bedroom even. But so she found this lavender Stanley cup. And she gave it to me, and I looked at it, and I was like, "Oh, lavender!" That's all I could think about. And she was like, "Mom, that's Stanley." I was like, "Okay, what does that mean?" I didn't even know it was a big deal. And she was like, "Oh, that's like a name brand." I was like, "Well, I don't know. I just like these kind of cups." Oh yeah, I went to grief recovery before my dad died at church. After my mom, but it was like 10 years later. And I really should have gone way before that. It helped me so much. They said grief has no time for. That's right. It doesn't. I was in heavy grief for 10 years after my mom passed away. I mean, heavy. And that's when they diagnosed me with lupus. Oh, and I lost a baby right after my mom died. Shortly after that. And I almost died because it was an ectopic pregnancy. Yet a YouTuber told me to get over it. Oh, yeah, and move on. Toaster oven, I'm so sorry. I have had that happen to me too. The exact same thing. And I've tried to forgive this person. Well, it's two people actually. And I see them on here all the time, and I have forgiven them, you know, and I hope they don't, I hope they've learned their lesson. Um, One of them's name's Beautiful Sunflower. And I didn't say anything negative to anybody. I was actually in Justin's chat talking about something. It was some kind of event thing or something. And she just attacked me and said I was trying to get sympathy. And I think at that time he had been passed away about 3 months. I'm like, what? I mean, I don't know if they've got kids and family or not, but I'm just like, God, by the grace of God, this is not you, because you know what? I never would have imagined that I would have lost a child, but it happens. And I'm so sorry that you've had to go through that too, Toaster Oven. People could be so hateful. And the other one's name was Cotton Candy something. I don't remember her last numbers, but whew, I just got out of the chat. I just left and I hadn't been back over there because it hurts. I mean, you're like, what? Like the last thing you're wanting to do is get sympathy. It's not that. It's just that you're like, I'm grieving. I cannot help, and I've been so thankful for so many of y'all. Y'all have helped me through so much. You have no idea, because my real friends, like around me and stuff, I don't know if it's they don't know what to say or they don't know what to do, but it's like not all of them. I have a couple, of course, that I've been friends with since high school, but it's like they went ghost on me. I don't know if they don't know what to say or what. I don't know. Good morning, Sharice. Did I put that up there? How are you doing this morning, my sweet friend? I know I'm behind again, y'all. Forgive me. I can barely read, honestly. My eyes are still blurry. And can you hear me? I'm still stopped up too. Very stopped up. Well, I sound better, but I've been told by a person who claims to be a Christian my faith isn't strong enough if I'm grieving. What? No. No, no, no. Ooh. Toaster, you might have to I know you don't want revenge or anything, but golly, Oh, that makes me so mad. Anybody that's out there that hadn't lost anybody, you know what I'm saying, and you're not going through grief, be thankful. Thank the Lord. Count your blessings. Because let me tell you something. One day it will hit, and you're going to need grace and mercy. So you might want to remember to give that to others. Because let me tell you something, by the grace of God, you're not in one of our shoes right now. I'm so sorry, Toaster Oven. Like, I want to cry when you say that, because I know that is not true, because my faith is so strong. But I cannot help but grieve. It is just something that is so wrong. I'm so sorry. The people are getting like more evil. I feel there are people that are getting more evil, like they weren't evil before, but I mean, it's just like they get worse. Exactly, Lolly. That's right. Don't pay attention to that. Your grief is yours, and you are the only one to say how you feel. Exactly, Lolly. That's exactly right. Oh, where'd I go? Did I lose my place? Hold on. I think it went up. Okay. I'm sorry if I have a stop up nose sound and I'm all clogged up. Sharice said, Toaster oven, don't listen to hateful people. Of course, it's natural to grieve. If you didn't, I would be worried about you. Exactly. That means you probably be a people who don't grieve are psychopaths. So maybe these people that are telling us that we shouldn't be grieving or we don't have enough faith if we grieve, or stuff in my teeth. Hold on. And that we don't have enough faith. Well, you know what? Maybe they're psychopaths and they don't feel emotions, is all I can say. Because if you have a heart, believe me, if you lose somebody close to you, your heart is breaking to the point you can feel it. Don't y'all feel it? Like the pain is so strong, you can feel your heart hurt. Amen. That's right. 1979. You're right. I know. Zigzag. It is terrible, isn't it? Oh, just to let you know, Zigzag, I named one of my cats after you. One of my kittens. I named it Zigzag. And my husband was like, where'd you get that name? He thought I named it after the raps. You know what I'm talking about? I was like, no, actually, it's a friend of mine on YouTube. I just like the name. Let's see. The only pictures I have of my family are of their burned bodies. I'm always reminded every time I see my scars. It's still hard to process and even believe. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I don't really know. I mean, did they die in a house fire or something? Like, y'all know my memory. Like, I probably have been told. But that's another thing with grief. Like, our brains don't process things normally. You forget things very, like, I have to look. This is my medicine thing right here. You know how you do it, like morning, noon, that, like that. And I will literally take my medicine, and I have to do this, or I will forget, or I will double up and forget that I took it and take it again. I've learned the hard way. And I still will take my medicine and look in here and see, like, where is my medicine? Where's it gone? In fact, I was looking, did I take it this morning? What's today, Wednesday? Yeah, I did. But yeah, I understand. It's terrible. I can't remember anything. I'm so sorry. That's all you have. I got pictures, but we moved and they're all put up somewhere. I don't know where my pictures are. I gotta go look for them and get my husband to. Your mom wanted to be cremated. My dad still has her ashes. Can't bring himself to bury them. And I totally understand that. It makes it real. We aren't ready for that and may never be. I know. That's what I'm saying. You just don't know. My son's not at that cemetery. I know that. The hardest thing I've ever had to do was leave that cemetery that day and leave his body there, And I didn't see him put him in the ground. I left before that. But yeah, it's terrible. And my dad was cremated just because we didn't have the money and I didn't know about the green burial like I did with my son. I wish I would have, but he's up there with my mom. My mom was actually buried and stuff, and he already had his cemetery plot in our family plot, and our family plot, our family plot, and by Cherokee, that's where my family, the family cemetery is, in a very very old cemetery, and my dad already had his headstone, so I'm not saying that he's there, but he's there. It's a gift, Sailor. Don't worry about it. My tumblers are made of the same stainless steel as Stanley's, but I can't customize. Ah, well, I had one of these. It wasn't Stanley, but it was pink. And I didn't know that they worked so good. And I found out over the summer because my daughter had one. It was pink. It wasn't Stanley. It was just pink. And I love pink drinks from that's what this is. My husband brought it to me, but from Starbucks. And out in the summertime, unless you got a cup like this, it will melt like that. Well, I started using that pink cup, and my pink drink stayed icy cold all day long out in the heat, in the southern heat of 100 degrees most days. It stayed icy cold. And I can put my drink in this in the morning, it'll still have a little ice pieces in it. I love it. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Thank you. I'll definitely send you that. How many pictures does I don't know. I guess I can just send you some of my favorite and you can put whatever looks best. I really appreciate that. You don't know how much, and I'm definitely so thankful. A friend of mine got a shirt made for me, and it's got a picture of him on the front and a picture of him on the back. I've showed it on here before. In fact, during Christmas and all that time, I did not even take it off. I wore it every single day. I'm not kidding. There have been times I've gone for a week or two without bathing. It's real. I'm being very real with people because when they go through grief, I want them to understand that it's okay. It's okay. You do it however you have to do it to survive. It is too much to bear, Kay. It is. Hey, Dolly. How are you doing, sweetie? I'm just getting down here, y'all. I'm so slow. Yeah, some people are so mean. How are you doing, Dolly? I hope you've been doing good. I don't know what's wrong with some of these people. I don't know if they haven't ever had to go through anything in their life, and they just don't have a comprehension of what real life trouble is or real life worries, or if they're just hateful. I don't know. I try to figure it out. I'm glad I don't understand them, really. I'm glad because I don't want to mind like that. Gave two of your children some of their dad's ashes. They wanted to take them on a trip with them. Aw, zigzag. Oh, have you seen the little necklaces you can get and put the ashes? In fact, if I wouldn't have known about the green thing and I found out about, the non-embalming and you do it natural and all that with my son, if I would have had to cremated him, that's what I would have done. I think I would have probably done the ashes, and like for my children and my husband, I would have put the ashes each in a necklace for each of them. But I'm not going to lie. Like, I was really freaking out because I didn't know what to do. I had to cremate my dad because we just didn't have the money to do anything else, and he didn't have insurance. But thank God so many people with my son came through and helped me bury him. And it wasn't expensive. It was like right at $3,000 with everything, because we didn't do embalming or anything. It's just like the old way you do it, you know, in a pine box, like the Amish build a pine box and all that, which is the way I want to go. I went ahead and it's $25 a month. You can pound it now. Like I've got it so I can be buried out there too if I go before the Lord comes back, because I want to be out there with him. And also I don't like to think about embalming and stuff like that. I've always said, why can't they just put you in the ground like it should be, like, the old days? And it's ashes to ashes, dust to dust. So cremation is the same thing. It's just a faster process. I know some people don't believe in it, but, God, there's spirits in heaven. So, it doesn't really matter. Because in the end, whenever the resurrection happens, a lot of people are already going to be to dust, at that time. And, yeah, they'll still be raised up. It doesn't matter. There's people that die in the ocean, everything else. And, God doesn't have any limitations. Let's put it that way. Yeah, you're right. I've noticed that. It seems like a lot of it comes from people who claim to be Christians. But, there's a lot of people who claim to be Christian. Oh, yeah, that little Nas X, my daughter, she was like, Mama, my 18-year-old one just turned 18. She was like, can you believe that little Nas X came out and said he was Christian and all this kind of stuff? But it was just a blaspheme. He's really not. And I'm glad my daughter can see things like that. She don't follow the world like that, thank God. Or get, pulled into it. And Christians, when they act like that, it makes other people that aren't Christians think, oh, well, I don't want to be a Christian, Hey, my teeth, I'm sorry. I'm well, my friend. It is so good to see you here. Been missing you. I know I've been missing y'all, and honestly, I didn't feel like doing this today. I didn't. But I was like, I've got to force myself to do it because I need to talk to my friends. I need to just get back on here because, literally, I feel like I'm falling into a pit that I'm not going to be able to get out of if I don't pull myself out of this, And I've missed y'all a lot. People think we can just shake off grief. It doesn't work like that. Most people want us to be happy, go lucky as often as possible, and that's not how a human behavior or our minds work. And that's correct, Dolly. I'm good at, I can put on a face, like anybody else, smile, even though I'm dying inside. But sometimes you can't. Sometimes you just cannot hold it back. And we have got to be able to grieve. We've got to. I know it. It's terrible. Oh no. What were you told last night? Yeah, exactly right. So many people have a waxed hard heart. And that's what I keep praying. I keep praying for the Lord to soften people's hearts. Toaster, I don't know what you were told last night, but I'm almost afraid to find out this if it's got anything to do with these YouTube streets. Because people are so mean. Yeah, she does. Lolly, if you get on my Facebook, I know that, we're friends otherwise, but if you get on my Facebook for my YouTube thing, it's the same as my YouTube name. I thought I sent you a friend request, but I may not have. I'll have to. But anyway, I advertise her stuff on there so you can get her link from there. And she's got a really lot of good stuff. You love cats too? I'm glad because you have one named after you now. And they're so cute. My husband's building my cataminium. Um, it's about halfway done. We have to get the net and get the screen door and put the wire over the screen door and then around the top part, and then the little top, the top parts for the so that they don't get rained on. Um, but the clear corrugated stuff, it looks like steel, but it's clear. And when we get done with that, it'll be done. Yay! Because I do like it outside. People don't understand that there is a PTSD involved in some of the losses that we've had, and we carry that with us daily in our daily activities, as well as when we try to sleep. Exactly. And sometimes you can't sleep, and sometimes you sleep too much, and you just have to do it your body if you have the ability to do that. Like sometimes I will just sleep all day long, and I guess it's because my body needs it because I'm worn out because I haven't slept for 2 or 3 nights in a row, and it's just the way it is. Some have been asked for pictures. What? Some people ask you for pictures? Whoa. Well, look, I'm telling anybody that had the audacity to say that to toaster oven, shame on you. Shame on you. Mm, that is just horrible. Oh my gosh. Oh, toaster, I'm so sorry. That is so. I mean, I can't believe that somebody would ask something like that. If somebody asked to see my son's like death certificate or something like that, I would be like, bro, like really, where do you live? I'm coming. I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, 1979, you're right. I mean, that is just beyond. Like, what the heck? We don't owe anybody anything on these YouTube streets. Not a damn thing. And I don't. I try not to cuss, but I'm so sorry. I can't help it with that. We don't owe people on these YouTube streets one damn thing. So, mm, yeah, shame on you for whoever said that. And you know what? God help you for what's coming for you. Brain fog. I lost my mom in January of 21. I still have days when I just can't think. Grief, it's felt by the body as well. Yeah, Sharice, it is. And my health has not been doing good at all. Y'all know I have lupus, and it's really made me flare up. And I have been so sick. Sores on the inside of my mouth. I don't know if you can hear, but it hurts like my tongue. I hate to show it on there, but you get like sores on the side of your tongue, and it hurts when you talk and in your mouth. When you have lupus, that's just one of the glorious things that happen when you're in a flare up. And I think I've been in a flare up for a couple months. My face is swollen. You can see, I mean, my face is so swollen. And our body knows, even if we try in our head not to cognitively think of it and do other things like crafts and stuff, your body knows. Our body knows. I guess it's our journey with Heavenly Father. To get through it, we would wish people closest to us would understand. But God does give us people in our paths, like people in this very chat. Dolly, you're right. You're right. And it may not be the people that you think, that's your family or friends or the people that you would think would be there for you. Like one of my very best friends has been, I don't know, she's been the least person there for me, to be honest with you. She didn't come to the funeral. I couldn't imagine her putting one of her children in the ground and me not showing up to the funeral. Like I would be there. I don't care what I had to do. And then I don't know. Like, I really don't know what to think about it. Like, it's hard. We've been best friends for like, well, since our girls were like 4. And she literally has come by here maybe once or twice for a couple minutes. It was right after he passed away. And yeah, it's been hard. And then, we had plans to do things, to do something for my daughter's birthday on Monday, her 18th birthday. And then at the last minute, of course, they decided not to come. And my daughter, she started crying. She almost didn't go. And we were like, forget that. Don't worry about that. We'll go eat crab legs. Just don't even worry about it. So we went and ate crab legs. And y'all, that place is $69 a person for crab legs. No, $59, $60. Needless to say, I ate the smothered chicken. My husband doesn't eat crab legs anyway. Ooh, y'all hear that? Something's going on around here. That was the ambulance or something. Lolly said, Diamonds, I want a memorial cup. Lolly, I'm going to send you a friend request today on here, on my Facebook today, so you can also get on there, because I put her stuff on there and you can see it. She's got such good stuff. It's really nice. She's very talented. And I think, like, see, I look at it like this. We should lift each other up, and we should encourage one another. We should help each other and encourage one another. Why tear each other down? Like, nobody on here does that. But I'm saying, in the YouTube community, I mean, overall, it's like really a mess. Yeah, she does. She's on my regular Facebook, but I made a well, because you got to be careful who you let on your regular Facebook with YouTube. So somebody told me to do this a long time ago. I'm not going to say who it was, but to make a separate account. And I wasn't trying to do it without making a whole new email address, but I found out finally, somehow it came to me. Y'all, look how many people, like, these are 1111, the numbers 1111. Diamond was at 1111, what she said, and Lolly's was at 1111, what she said. And then Diamond's right here again was at 1111. That shows you how far behind in the chat I am, because it's 1126. Let me see if I can go down a little bit, go a little faster. I'm sorry. Okay, you can put between 10 and 15 pics. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'd rather you pick the ones that you think would look the best. I'll just send them to you, and you can do what you think looks the best, because you got like an eye. You got a good eye for what you're doing. You're very talented. Oh, you do memorial necklaces too? Wow. Can somebody, well, can you put your Facebook is the same thing as your name, if I'm not mistaken, because I think that's how I found you. But y'all go find Diamond Creations on Facebook and look at her stuff. Really, she has got some really good stuff. And you know what? I put Angel Loader's quilting stuff on here last night. So Diamonds, if it's okay with you, I will go and clip some of the pictures off of my Facebook, and I'll put them on my community page also, so other people can see it, especially knowing stuff like that. If you send me some of the stuff you want me to put on here and advertise, I know you have you probably have a YouTube channel too, but I'll still put it on there, because I mean, you do great work, and I think a lot of people would be appreciative of those things. All your, like, your creations are good, especially those necklaces, as memorial necklaces, and then the cups, because you can take it around with you with your baby's face on it, or your mama or your daddy or whoever you're missing, even fur babies. Sharice, I was told grief can come back at any time. It can rear its pain years down the road. Can. An old friend Shonda, her husband David, died in 2014, and she still experiences grief to this day. Yeah, my mom died. Like I said, my mom died in 2006, and I still to this day, I will break down out of the blue, missing her. I don't think grief has a time limit. It just doesn't. My friend got me a necklace. I've never seen this necklace before. It's a gem, and you look into it and you see a picture of me and my mom. Oh, I bet that's so pretty. Oh, that's special. I would love to have something like that. I'd like to have separate ones. One with my mom, one with my dad, one with my son. That would be great. Just as I'm falling asleep, it's still so very real. I wake up screaming, Mama. I know that might seem childish. No, it's not childish. It's not at all. Just but it is what it is. And I certainly do my best to work through it every day. And you know what, darling? I'm sure you're doing just fine because you're here, honey. You're walking, you're surviving, and that's what we do. We learn to survive it. There's no, you'll never be okay with it. Never. I mean, I'm not going to say that time doesn't, help. Some days where you have more good days than bad days, but look, it is what it is. And you get to it the best way you can. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, I'm glad. And I'm going to pray too for everybody that's going through grief again. I didn't know that there was so many going through stuff right now like that. Hey, Debbie. Thank God, always in good times or bad. It was 10 grand to bury my horse, and scary when my puppy said he'll get the backup. What? Your poppy. I told you my eyes. I thought it said your puppy. I was like, what? We have a backhoe too. I mean, honestly, it's expensive. I can't imagine how much it would be to bury a horse. And I mean, look, we had a Saint Bernard that was about, golly, that dog was almost 200 pounds. And when she passed away, my husband buried um, her in our backyard. And literally, I know the neighbors probably thought he was digging a hole for a person because the dog was so big. But, it was all we could do. And she said, Good morning, Dolly Bear. Let's see. That's right. Someone can be a Christian and still misbehave. None of us are perfect. Not one of us. And if anybody says that they're perfect, they're not only not perfect, they're also a liar. Because none of us are perfect. We all fall short all the time. Every day I do. I'm constantly having to ask for forgiveness for something. You know why? I'm a human being. And people forget that. But I do try not to hurt people on purpose. Like, well, now there has been a person on here, and I'm not going to say names. I said I was going to try to do better, unless she comes after me. But, uh, she is known for being really mean and going after people and just not having any feelings. And, you know, she, that particular person that I'm speaking of, um, she says she's a Christian. She said she claims to be a Christian, but the way she treats people, I don't know. I can't be a judge. God is the only judge of our heart. I can't say, but the fruit, you know, I will inspect some fruit. Like in Galatians, But I have found comfort in so many of your stories and your strength. In this group shared heard that I know I'm not alone, and that together with Heavenly Father we can get through this one day at a time. That's right, Dolly. You're exactly right. God is the only way. I don't know how people that don't know the Lord can get through this stuff. I can't. I don't understand. Like, because without God, I don't know that I would still be here. I don't. I don't think there's a way I could be. I lost my mom 6 weeks after my trauma. It's all just too much at times. I'm so sorry, Cherise. You're right. He never leaves us. God, I mean, Cherise, God's with you. I know you've been through a lot, and I know that He is here with you, and it's the only way you're able to get through it. Sometimes we're strong. Sometimes we are. We can be strong in our own strength, but most of the time, it takes the strength of the Lord to get us through things like this. It's just not possible in our own strength. 15 years after my mom passed, I picked up the phone and called her. To call her. I know. I still know my grandma's phone number, 7714302, and she passed away when I was like 22 or 23. Isn't that crazy? But she was like my mom too, my second mom. She was just told that last night. That's when they told you that last night, that they wanted to see that proof. What? I can drop a link if you want to come up here and talk about that, because I didn't know that. People are so mean. Oh my gosh. Debbie, yes, you're right. People are so mean and some are nice. Just receive positive vibes. Love the kittens. Yeah, I love the kittens. I have a lot of kittens. That's why we need the cataminium. My husband said, okay, I'm putting a limit, but I have a little door they can come in and out the window. Well, we're going to make a little door, like a little pet door. I buried my pet, and I really wish I hadn't. I saw an ad for taxidermy a few days afterward. That's how I know my electronic gadgets are definitely listening. Yeah. What? The Alexa. I don't want to say it because my music will stop and then she'll come on. But yeah, I do believe they listen, because we'll be talking about stuff and then you see ads about things. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? And most of the time I'll unplug the ALX, the Alexa. She has bad hearing. You're right, Diamonds, about that. Facts. Yep. Debbie, yep. You're right. Exactly. This world is going straight down below. Yep. You know how in the Bible it talks about in the end times that Satan, it's called the Revelation 12:12 sign, actually. And it talks about, you know, the dragon will be cast. It says, let's see, rejoice, O ye heavens, but woe to the earth, because that old serpent, the devil, has been cast down among you. And so are his fallen angels. So that's coming. And I just am starting to wonder if it's already starting to happen. That's why they're doing this fake alien stuff, which the Lord told me was coming like 6 years ago. Y'all can go back and look way back on my thing. And I put a video about that out here, that there was going to be a fake alien deception coming. Toaster, do you want to come up here and talk about that? Because, like, I feel terrible that somebody actually said that to you. You woke up holding your phone, talking to your mom, but she wasn't there. It's crazy how we know they're gone, but we still pick up the phone to call. I know. And since I had a baby when my mom died, and she was 9 months old, so she wasn't quite walking yet. I remember she started walking on her first birthday, and my mom wasn't there, of course, because she had been gone for 3 months. But I remember I wanted to pick up the phone so bad and call her, and I did pick it up, only to remember I couldn't. And even in my dreams, like when I have a dream about her or whatever, I know she's like not here, and I'll tell her in my dream, I'm like, Mom, you're not here. You've had, I mean, like, and it's weird. It's like I know in my dream, that she's in heaven, but we just talk. It's weird. Yep, you get them too, Dolly? Then you know what I mean. Especially whenever we get like stressed, that's when they really come out at it. They are so painful. You see, I mean, you can hear, and you know what I'm talking about, like, right there on the sides of your tongue, and then sometimes like on the lip part right there. Ooh, look anemic. Like down in here. Sometimes I'll get them, or on the like on the upper part right there. It's bad. It hurts so bad. I'm sorry, Dolly. You got to go through that too. It hurts so bad. Sayla, you and I need to do a weekly grief live. Yeah, I know. I did talk about that because you know what? Pull this up. I'm gonna show y'all. I mentioned doing this a while back, but I y'all, this is something I keep. I'm gonna share it with you. Well, let me show you these things first. Or maybe they're in here. They are. A friend of mine sent me these. Oh, they're in here. Okay. And I said I was going to do a grief course with it, but there are these books right here, and I mentioned to see if anybody wanted to do it. A couple people said they would, so maybe we could do that. Lolly, this one, the first one is A Time to Grieve. It's like book one, and then there's Finding Hope and Healing. Can y'all see that? Finding Hope and Healing. I think that's number two. It's Journeying Through Grief is the names of this series. Whoop. Oh, what is this? Oh, that's Kiss. I don't know why that picture's in there. I told y'all that I told y'all I kissed Gene Simmons before. I wasn't kidding. And then let's see. Experiencing Grief. And let me see. This is book. That's book two. Well, I don't have them in order, but there's 4 books, okay? So I think that would be a really good idea, don't y'all? For the ones of us who are going through this stuff. Lolly, we need call me when you have time and we'll talk about it and decide what's the best day. Because I know you got a lot going on too. Let's see. Simmer clove oil. I've actually got clove essential oil for inflammation. Sorry you're going through lupus side effects. I'm sure it's not easy. I have a couple of ladies that are going through it also. It's hard, Debbie. Thank you. I didn't know about the clove. What do you do with it? How do you do it? Because now I know I put clove on my tooth. If I have a toothache or something, I'll put clove on my tooth, and it'll help a lot. It's very strong, but it's like in a little bottle like this. It's essential oil. I know it's terrible. It's just all we can do is do the best we can, and that's good enough. And in fact, I put a thing on my Facebook. I was like, look, if all you did in 2023 was survive, that's good, because at least you did that. Hey, Teresa, how are you doing, honey? I'm so late on my daggum thing. I'm catching up. How are you doing? I went over to Nikki's one night not long ago. I need to go. Hey, honey, what you doing? Yeah, will you give Sassy in here? Okay. My husband came in. He's getting me my cat. Let's see. Remembered. Oh, thank you so much, Diamonds. Have I made you a mod yet? Let me look on my phone real quick. Let's see. I can't tell on my computer who is and who isn't. And also, y'all that have wrenches, drop everybody that's got a channel, drop their link. Let me think how to do it. While I'm on here, y'all know how the brain fog is. Let me see myself on here. Ooh, these are pretty. I got sidetracked. Oh, y'all can't see that, can you? Well, doggone it. You can't see it. But it's showing these pretty Pandora charms. My daughter's got one of those Pandora necklaces. It's so pretty. Let me see who's mods and who is not. And some, oh, I need to turn the volume down. I don't want to give. No, let me give that to you. Hold on. And Toaster Oven, you have a channel too, don't you? Let's see, Zigzag. Let's see. I forgot how to do it. I got to remember. Hold on. I think I can push that, and then put as a mod. Yep. There you go. Dolly, you can put your channel down, and Toaster Oven. Let's see. We'll make Sharice. People that have been with me for a while. I mean, I really don't have a need that much for moderators, really, but it's good when it comes to, people being able to drop their channel link and stuff like that, or being able to do stuff like that. So there you go. Just be kind and don't time nobody out for no reason unless they're being really bad. But if y'all can drop the channel links, that would be great for people. Because, I think we ought to encourage one another. I think just drop it in there. It's good. Everybody's got a channel. Just drop it in. And Diamonds, I gave you a wrench so you can put your Facebook things to a link to your work. Because y'all got to look at our stuff. It's really good. Oh, you don't have a Facebook? It might be a good idea. I don't know. I've had mine 13 or 14 years, I guess. And I'm glad I have it sometimes because I can go back on the, what do you call it? You know, how it comes back a year from that day and it'll show up to the whole time you've been on there. And I do like to see the things that I forget about a lot. And it reminds me, which is cool. Let's see. Sheree said, I think some people hurt so badly they feel alone, so they lash out. That's true. I do think that's true. And especially if they don't have a relationship with the Lord, sometimes it's easier just to be mean. I believe they're crying out for help and don't know how to ask. I think that's true. And sometimes I try to give the benefit of the doubt to some people, like, I don't want to call her name, Harriet Olson, I think sometimes like that type of, person, they lash out because they don't know what else to do. You have to just pray for the Lord to soften their heart. Good morning. I hope you have a good day too. Well, I do feel better since I've come on here and started talking to everybody. Hey, wise old lady. How are you doing this morning? Good to see you. Right, diamonds. Me too. Same thing. I did the same thing. I made the one that goes with my YouTube, and then I have my own private one. It's a good idea to do it that way. Yeah. And I know that's from about 30 minutes ago, probably when I told you about putting it up there. But I'm sorry I'm behind, y'all. I'm going to try to catch up. Can you take a little bit of time out to explain in the Bible verse, Isaiah 59, 1 through 2? Do you think it's true that God doesn't listen to sinners? Let's see. I'll have to pull my Bible up and see. Because right now, my memory is, there it is. Hold on. Let me grab it. Show my undies. Oh, this thing. Look at this thing. It's falling apart. Okay. Let me put my ear things back on. Which one was it? Isaiah 59. Y'all, look at this thing. What? Y'all, no, I'm not even kidding. Look at this. This is crazy. Okay. I'm going to show you something. Look at that. Can you see what it fell open to right there? These are pictures of my little baby son that just passed away. Well, he's not a baby, but look what it came open to right there. Can you see it? Isaiah 59. Not even kidding. That's crazy. That is so crazy. That's God. I want y'all to see that. Like how fast that it came open to that. Look at that. Y'all see it? Tell me there's no God. Ha. Nobody could ever convince me of that. Let me see. Isaiah 59, 1 and 2. Surely the arm of the Lord is not too short to save, nor his ear too dull to hear. But your iniquities have separated you from your God. Your sins have hidden his face from you, so that he will not hear. Yeah, that is true. People that they can say they're Christian, but because of the things that they're doing in their life, mostly they're like known sins that are unrepentant about. People can even be Christians and backslide and pull far away from God. God never moves away from us, but we move away from him sometimes. And we can be in such a state of sin that the only prayer he'll hear is a repentance prayer. So that's just what I've always, believed, and that's what I've been taught. I just didn't know right where it was in the Bible. So yes, Diamond, you're right about that, and it does hinder our prayers. It can put a covering, I guess, or a block, a hindrance. But honey, barrier. That's a good word. Yeah, a barrier. You're right about that. Thanks for your prayers. I recently copied the 5 stages of grief, and there may be 7 or 9. There may be 100 or 50, 150. There may be more than that. I know they say there's a couple stages, but I don't know. And isn't that crazy? These pictures were right there where you told me to look. That is my son when he was a baby. And it was right in that exact verse that you spoke of. That was at the hospital. I think that's my oldest one. He was a little chubby wubby. That was a friend of mine older than him. Woo! I was a baby, but I looked rough. I was anemic. Might not concede. I was probably 19 there. I think that was my middle child. My hair was in a braid, a French braid in the back, and I was looking like Carrie. Oh, I love this. This was that when he was a baby, holding his hand up. Look at those cute little cheeks. Aw. And then this. I had all these in my Bible right there. That is just crazy. You can tell that 1980s couch. I mean, I think that was in my mom's. Ah, this is me looking in the hospital. Like, I just looked like I was so in love. I could have had so many more kids and loved it. I could have had 20 easily and been in heaven. This is him. We were out to sleep. Look at these old car seats, y'all. I know y'all remember them. But remember these kind of car seats? Look at that little chubby face. Those little cheekies. And that was his little bed. He was in his bed. That was right when he came home from the hospital. He was born 6 weeks early, too. At 7 pounds and 14 ounces, 6 weeks early. That was him and his other grandma on the other side. My ex-mother-in-law, who actually I was very close to and loved her very much. And we were that way until the day she passed away. I was pregnant with my last child whenever she passed. But let me get back to some of these. Did that answer your question, Diamond? I hope so. I love you too, honey. Where's Sassy? Sassy! Come here, girl. Come on. Hey, baby. Come up here, mama. Hey, come up here. Come here, baby. You gonna come say to people? Come on. No, don't knock my camera. Come here. Come here. Come on. Hello, mama. Not to him, not to daddy. Come here. I love you. You'll kiss me. I love you. Goodbye. Look at this sweet baby. Sassy, can you say hey to the people? Can you say hey to the people? Say hey. This is my sweet baby. She is like a baby. She hugs usually. Give mama a hug. Where are you going? Sassy, mama needs a hug. I'll go like this and pat my shoulder, and usually she'll come up here and she'll hug me. Jay, you didn't shut the door, honey. Sassy's gonna get out. No, Sassy. He didn't shut the door. But anyway, let me get back to the thing. No. I love my St. Bernards. I've had about 4 of them total. I think I had 2 at one time, and then when I'm passing, I got some more. Let me see if I can get down to a little more where we are. Without God, I wouldn't be. A lot of times I'm mad because he left me here. I go through that. It's not that I don't know if I'm mad at him, but I'm like, God, why? Like, why could you? I would be ready. Like, I would have been ready. Like, I'm not saying I'm old or anything, but my son was only 31, almost 32 in a couple months. Man, so I say forever 31, but I just remember I remember when I was 31. I mean, that's just so young. I wish I could have took his place. And I can imagine, Toaster. I can't put myself in your shoes about losing everything like that at once. Because at least, I had years in between of each of those things to process. I don't know how. I do know how. It's got to be God that's holding you together. That's the only way you can explain that. It's too much. I just can't believe somebody said that to you about making you prove anything. That's the kind of stuff that gets me upset. People thinking they have the right to, you know what I'm saying? Like, just pry into other people's lives like that and then make you prove something that is trauma or traumatic. That is terrible. I love, honestly, like, I, there's hardly anybody on here that I don't get along with. I mean, there's nobody in this chat that I don't get along with, but you know what I'm saying, on YouTube. I really do try so hard to get along with everybody. Some people you just cannot. They won't let you. And then some people are like, well, if you're friends with this person, you can't be friends with me. Or if you do this, you can't be friends with me. And I tell them straight out, I'm like, if you make me choose, you've made my choice for me. You know? No, I've been hearing things for a while. A few things were just confirmed last night. Plus, I learned even more. Oh my gosh. I do too, Toaster. I think he's coming back real soon. Very soon. Sooner than people think. Mm, you're just too upset and hurt. Well, know that we're here for you. And if you ever, need to talk or anything, I'm here. I talked to a couple people. I won't say who they are, but away from YouTube, personally and privately. Well, I can say Lolly's one of them because I'm sure she doesn't mind me saying that. We've talked personally, and I do talk to a couple of other people, some that are creators, some that are not. But look, sometimes you need somebody to talk to. And I don't tell, if somebody tells me something, I am like a lock vault. Mm-mm. I mean, unless they tell me that, now if they say, like, please don't repeat this, that is absolutely, nobody will ever get it out of me. They can cut my fingers off. They won't get it out of me. And even stuff that isn't even that important, if I feel like that it's something that, what I'm saying, that need to be said. I mean, if it's something silly, I mean, I might say, well, I talked to so and so, but I will never tell anybody else's personal business. I'm just not that kind of person. Yeah, that's right, Dolly. Yeah, that's true, Debbie. Whenever we have a loss of any kind, it doesn't matter what it is or who it is. Um, it's hard because it brings up the other, like, grief. It triggers us. So it's like when my son died, I hate funerals because of my mom and my dad passing away and my grandma. Oh, anyway, and it was like whenever, he passed away. Sassy, sassy, sassy. I'm worried about the other bathroom. The drain was clogged, and I think there might be some liquid plumber still sitting in there. I don't know. Sassy, sassy, kind of mama. I can't believe he didn't shut that door. I inhaled the steam. Yeah. You mean like the clove. Okay. Remember I told you about my brain. I'm sorry. Sassy, come here. What are you doing? Oh my goodness, Selah. I feel like you're like me. I have quite a few books. Myself searching for help and searching for answers. I always come back to the Bible too. Side by side, my books. Yep. Oh, it helps with a sore throat too. I didn't know that. I wonder if I put it like in my diffuser. Hey, Sassy, because I do use I don't know if anybody knows what this is. A lot of people think it's like a multi-layer marketing. They do got good stuff. But the well, this is lemon, but this is the kind you can put in your drink. It's what do you call it? Edible, I guess. This is lemon. Um, but Young Living. That's usually most of my essential oils, and a lot of them you can actually take them. You have a pot with citrus, cinnamon, clove oil, and tea tree oil. I've got tea tree oil. I've got clove oil. I've got citrus, and I've got regular cinnamon, not the cinnamon oil, but I could probably put regular cinnamon in there. That sounds like the Thieves, sort of. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Thieves, but it's got all those things in it already. And it's through Young Living also. I was going to show you because I've got hand sanitizer. And it smells good, actually. Well, some people don't like wet smells. But I'll tell you this. When I got the big C, you know what I'm talking about? Well, I started with my Thieves and started diffusing it right beside me. And my C, virus was cut down like way down. And because I didn't have it when I first got it, I didn't have it. I ordered it from somebody at church and it came in. And once I started using it, man, it wasn't no time I started feeling better. I feel like that was God too. Yep, the Nephilim. Dolly, the Bible speaks of the Nephilim. They are spoken of in several books of the Bible, also believed to be the evil spirits that were bound during the days of Noah. Yeah. The Nephilim are when the fallen angels, which are the sons of God, saw the daughters of men and found them fair, which means, beautiful. And they took some for their wives and they bore children with them, which created Nephilim, which, are demons. Are you thirsty, Sassy? So yeah, you're right. And you know what the weird thing is? My son, before he passed away, he kept talking about the Euphrates River drying up. And he was like, Mom, the Euphrates River's drying up. This is like a whole month before he passed away. And I was like, yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? He was like, yeah, you know what they say about when the Euphrates River dries up? And I was like, yeah, I do. It talks about that the fallen angels that were chained under the Euphrates River, when it dries up, they'll be loosened. So I do believe what time we're living in. I mean, I think if we have discernment, we can see it. It speaks of them being loose during the, and yeah, that's what just actually before I read what you said. Yep, exactly right. And I really believe, I'm telling you. Oh, did y'all see that thing I put on here? This is so weird. Do you remember the solar eclipse we had in August of 2017? In the Bible, it talks about, that when the Lord returns, there'll be no son given except for the son of Jonah, which, is the whale thing. When he went to Nineveh to warn Nineveh, if they didn't repent of their sins and turn from their wicked ways, that, judgment was coming, basically. And because, there was an eclipse that happened, and before Jonah was spit out of his mouth. So I believe, honestly, the sign of Jonah is that solar eclipse we had was a warning of judgment, because the other one that's coming is coming in March. I think it's March the 8th of this year, 2024. And this is the weirdest thing. Let me turn this up so you can hear it. And I don't know if it'll do it again because sometimes she catches on. We'll see. Alexa, how many years, months, and weeks are in between the solar eclipse in the United States of 2017 and 2024?
Good afternoon, Sharon, from nationaleclipse.com. 2 total solar eclipses will occur in the U.S. in the span of about 7 years, the first on August 21, 2017, and the second on April 8, 2024.
Alexa, how many years, weeks, and months are there between the 2 eclipses?
The number of years, weeks, and months between 2 eclipses depends on the specific dates and the recurrence interval of the eclipse type. Solar eclipses happen every 18 months.
Alexa,
while lunar...
No. How much time, years, months, and weeks are between the solar eclipse of 2017 and the one in 2024? in the United States.
The solar eclipse in 2017 and the one in 2024 are separated by approximately 7 years.
How many exact years? Did she do that to y'all too? Like you'll ask her something and she'll tell you, and then like she'll evade it after that. Well, it's on my thing. You can look it up. But there is 6 years, 6 months, 6 weeks, and 6 days between those two solar eclipses. And everybody said, I knew it was 7 years, which makes me think about, the 7 years of tribulation, of course. And it's just weird because I'm like, what the heck? There is exactly, you can look it up, 6 years, 6 months, 6 weeks, and then 6 days between those two. It's crazy. I know I've done that too. I've smelled certain things. It's like nostalgia. It brings back nostalgia. When the heart feels so deeply and is allowed to grieve, it opens the floodgates. Mom, that was very painful. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. That is terrible. Zigzag. I could only ingest the steam. Yes, warm clove oil, water, and salt is great gargle. Okay, is that for the sore throat? Because I have put the clove oil on my tooth, like I said, for toothaches. I'm going to try that next time. My throat was hurting the other day really bad. And I was like, please, Lord, do not let me get sick again right now. It was rough. I felt sick for a little while. And I thought it was just a lupus flare up, but then there was a bunch of other people sick. And my daughter works at a doctor's office. So no telling what she's bringing home, home to me. Oh, I love eucalyptus though. Especially if you get the real eucalyptus, like go pick it and then put it in the shower with you. Like you can hang it from the shower, like up there by where the shower is. And it really helps you breathe if you're having a hard time breathing or you're stuffed up. But yeah, it is strong sometimes. Oh, you're allergic to tea, Sharice? I like lavender too. I've got frankincense, but I don't have any myrrh. I've got frankincense essential oils. Oh, you're welcome, honey. I think we all should support each other. I think that's Christian. I do. I believe that when we love each other and we lift each other up as women, not tear each other down, not try to go after other people's husbands, not try to, you know what I mean? We lift each other up as women, not in a Jezebel kind of way, not in this, women and no men. I don't mean like that. True women don't have to actually put men in a lower position to make themselves feel like a woman. A real woman likes a real man, actually. You know what I mean? Like, y'all know what I'm talking about. That driving, controlling Jezebel spirit. I don't mean just like the Jezebel being a, sexual thing. I mean, there is a controlling Jezebel spirit that is over our land. And Elijah, I do believe the spirit of Elijah, has returned in a way to take down Jezebel. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Selah. I have learned how to use it. Oh, oh, the eucalyptus? Or no? I'm behind. Oh, thank you for putting that up there, Dolly. Y'all go check out that. Seriously. She's got some really good stuff. Diamonds Creations. Let's see. Oh, same here. And once the nurse at my doctor's appointment had her perfume on, and she thought it was crazy of me telling her I like her smell so much. By the way, I got locked out of mine. Locked out of your Locked out of your what? I might have skipped. I might have missed. I don't know what you got locked out of. I don't remember how to use how you drop a link. I don't either. Toaster is terrible. I'm a model on some other people's pages, and I feel terrible because if they ask me to drop a link or something, I'm like, I don't know how. I know how to time somebody out if they're being bad, but I don't think I've ever done it. Locked out of your Facebook. Well, I got locked out of my Facebook one time and I made another one and then I got back in it. You just have to usually make a new like an email, and then that's why I did it. So I think they might have took the old one down because I only used it for a couple of days until I finally got back in my other one. I cracked back in it. Oh, thank you for putting Sharice's down. Hey, Sharice has a YouTube channel. I don't know if I knew that or if I just forgot. Well, I feel really stupid. I need to go check that out. If I hadn't already, I can't remember. Y'all, this is serious. This brain fog. Well, when you got lupus already, on top of that, you got brain fog. But then you lose somebody. Whew, it's serious. Like, I mean, my daughter will tell me something and then she'll come back the next day and she's like, I told you yesterday. And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I just don't know. And it's really, I mean, it's scary. I feel like I'm getting some kind of Alzheimer's or something, or early onset dementia is what it feels like. I don't know. I know hopefully it's just my mind is overloaded and it'll get better. But it's been bad. So if I don't remember something, it is not intentional. It is truly because my poor mind is not working right now. Thank you, Dolly. She's very good. I appreciate you so much, Dolly. You're the best. You were trying to figure out how to do it. I don't know how. I'm not going to lie. I don't know. But thank you, Dolly. You're awesome. Thank you so much. She knows all kind of stuff. She knows how to do a lot of stuff. And she cooks good, too. Y'all need to check her channel out. Because I watch. Sometimes I'll catch it because I won't catch it on time. Or she'll be doing something. I'll watch it. And, like, she's got a soothing voice. So sometimes because I'm so tired, I'll watch it. And I'll say something in the beginning and then she might not hear no more from me. It's not because I left. It's so sometimes I just fell asleep. You know how sometimes you can get somewhere and just get comfortable, and thank goodness you can get you just feel comfortable and relaxed, I guess. But check out Dolly's channel too. Dolly, don't forget to drop your channel down there, honey. Oh, good. There's the link. Here's the link to her Diamonds Creation page on Facebook. Y'all need to check her out. She's got such good stuff. Oh, good. And there's toaster ovens. Yeah, they are letting us know they're with us. Remember those things that fell in Las Vegas? And then supposedly, was it this past weekend, there was something that fell on the top of a mall in Miami or in Florida somewhere. Some kind of weird thing I saw. I'm not sure. Sure, I got myrrh oil just for cuts. Okay. And scratches. I hadn't invested in lavender. I love it, but it's toxic to the doggy. Oh, is it? I didn't know that. That's good to know because you know what? I run my lavender and I've got another one that I put with my lavender essential oil in my diffuser. And I usually put it's Peace and Calming, I think is the name of it. It's kind of got vanilla and lime, I think. But I put that with the lavender and it is so good. It smells so good. But you know what? Now that worries me. Maybe that's what happened to my cat. That's scary. I didn't know lavender was bad for cats. I meant for dogs. Well, then I wonder if it's bad for cats, is what I'm saying, if it's bad for dogs. Dolly, you're on it. You go, girl. And that was my mouth, not me. I didn't fart, I promise. I know it sounded like it. Look at you. I'm gonna have to take a lesson from you, Dolly. Maybe you could make a lesson on how to how so we can know how to use YouTube correctly. I'm lost. I literally, Teresa, if she's still in here, like she knows. In fact, I'm gonna give her a shout out. Nikki. Well, it used to be Nikki. Let's see, Nikki Supernatural. I'm trying to think of the name for channel now. Teresa, are you still in here? Anyway, Nikki's where I met Teresa's. Teresa is where I met. Over on Nikki's channel is where I met Teresa at. And she is the one that taught me how to use StreamYard. She is the one that has taught me a lot of things. I love her very much. I just hadn't been able to get back on there lately, but 1 or 2 times because there's been a lot. Read a verse, please. All righty. Let me see. Yeah, I felt like there was a reason God was pushing me to get on here today. And I do think a lot of people have been going through a lot of things. Let's see. I know that one. Well, let's see. I love Isaiah, the book of Isaiah. I love it. Let me see. I'm already in here, so you know what? Oh, this is a good one. Okay. It's not the whole, well, what if I should read the whole thing? It just reminds me of what's going on right now with Jerusalem. But it's Isaiah 62, starting in verse 6. I have posted watchmen, and understand many of you are watchmen. I do believe that. Watchwomen, whatever. I have posted watchmen on your walls, O Jerusalem. They will never be silent day or night. You who call on the Lord, give yourselves no rest, and give him no rest till he establishes Jerusalem and makes her the praise of the earth. I like circled that on 4/23/2020. Not sure why, but let's see. The Lord has made proclamations to the end of the earth. Say to the daughter of Zion, see, your Savior comes! Exclamation point. Woo! Yes. See, his reward is with him, and his recompense accompanies him. We know what that means. They will be called the holy people, the redeemed of the Lord, and you will be called sought after, the city no longer deserted, God's day of vengeance and redemption. Wow. That's a timely word. I believe that's where we're at. I do. Yeah, I didn't know that either about the lavender. That's scary. Yeah, Corinthians does talk about the backsliding. And it also talks about, like, okay, if we have Christian brothers and sisters, like, we are supposed to go to them one on one and then bring a friend if they won't listen, and then bring the church if they won't listen. Like, we don't want them to stay in their backslidden state, because if the Lord comes, and you're in your backslidden state, or you're just living in willful sin and you don't care, then that's not good. from what I've read and been taught, he does not hear the sinner's prayers. Once you call on his name, repent, and he become a believer, he will hear your prayers. Correct. The sinner's prayer is the one prayer God always hears. Always. And then, once you're a Christian and you're his child and you've been adopted into, grafted into the root of Jesse, then, we're his children, and there is no Jew or Gentile in Christ. I would triple check it with the vet. Okay, that's what I need to do. But I don't know. That worries me because I do use my lavender a lot. I'm not gonna lie, because it soothes me. It makes me calm. Y'all pray for me. I struggle with coveting others' relationships. Sounds silly, but I always wanted that love between a husband and a wife. Never quite got there. Well, look, you don't ever know what can happen just when you least expect it. Father, right now, I just pray for Sharice, Lord. You have a plan for her, and it is good. And Lord, if there is a man out there that you made for her, which I know you did, I ask that you allow her to meet him. Lord, even if we are close to the end, she would still like to experience that close relationship between a husband and a wife. And Lord, I know nothing is impossible with you. So Father, anybody that's in this chat room actually that wants a mate, would like a husband and like that, that closeness, Lord. You designed marriage. You created it. And Father, right now, I just ask that you just send who you made for each person to them. I believe you created us and you created our partners. And sometimes we just don't find each other. But Father God, I know that if we ask you for things, that you do answer our prayers. And I ask for that, Lord. I ask that you send the correct people to the ones that want that kind of relationship, Lord. And I thank you for it in advance, because I know that you did it for me and you can do it for anybody else. No relationship is perfect, Lord, but if it's a godly man and a godly woman and they put you first, then it always works. So, Lord, I thank you for this, and we just praise you in advance. Amen. Just keep praying and believing, Therese. I'm telling you. Listen, we have to kiss a few frogs sometimes before we find our Prince Charming. And even Prince Charming has his faults. So basically, you shouldn't ask for forgiveness if you aren't sincere, correct, and then commit the same sin. It's like slapping him in the face. You're correct, Diamonds. I mean, if you're living in willful sin and you know it is and you're just doing it all the time, eventually God's going to be like, way. It's like our own kids. I always use parenting as a good lesson, because you think about how much we love our own children, and God loves us even more because he's perfect. But do we discipline our children if they're not behaving, or if they're acting up, or if they're disrespectful to us? Yes. So how much more does our Father in heaven love us that he would discipline us? He disciplines those he loves. The Bible says so. Oh my gosh, how cute. What was cute? I'm back. I'm behind again, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to scoot up. I don't mean to miss anybody's comments or anything, but I'm trying to get to, what people are saying. Sharice, that's a shame. Work on loving yourself. Well, that's true. Debbie's right about that. Like, I think it's easier when we learn to love ourselves and appreciate ourselves and all of our, imperfections, no matter what. Like, just love yourself, and God will indeed allow the right person to come in your life if you ask for it, because he wants you to. He wants you to be happy. He created marriage and he wants you to be happy. He wants you to be joyful. Happiness, joy is more important than happiness. Happiness depends on circumstances. Joy is despite of circumstances. Look, me and my husband, we fight and argue just like everybody else. But I mean, I love him like crazy. He was one of my best friends from high school. And I had a first husband that was, I don't want to talk about him, but it is what it is. And he and I have been together since we were 21. And we did live together for a little while because I wasn't a Christian until I was 27. I didn't know. But we got married when we were, I was 24. And he had just been 25 by a couple days. I just pray that God forgives my foul mouth. Me too, Diamonds. Oh, gosh. Lord, please. Because that is something I struggle with. Because you know what? I formed a habit as a young kid in high school and middle school even. I don't say GD or use the Lord's name like, say Jesus in a negative way or anything. But I mean, I will drop an F-bomb and I will cuss and say other things. I do sometimes, especially if I'm very, very mad. And I do have to ask for forgiveness. But you know what? Sometimes I think that we place too much on the cussing. As long as we don't say the Lord's name in vain and stuff like that. Because really, I mean, it's English. We've made up these words. Okay, say if we say crap or the word shit. Okay, it means the same thing, and it's just an English word that we've made up. But for some reason, some people will allow their kid to say crap, but not shit. Well, I don't want my kid to say either one, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, and it's weird how we make those things up, and they're really just words, But it's not a good look. It's not a good testimony for somebody to go around with a foul mouth talking all the time and saying, I'm a Christian. I'm talking about there's a creator that does that a lot on here. And I know I've cussed on here. I'm not saying I haven't, but I'm just saying it's a constant thing. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say who it is. Y'all probably know. I mean, they say they're a Christian. That's the thing. Let's see, Debbie. And they don't ask for forgiveness that I know of. I mean, I don't say they don't because I don't know what they do in their private time. You know what I mean? But a lot of times it's just like, I don't know. I think it's more just a bad testimony, I guess, because I don't think this is going to send us to hell if we cuss necessarily. But, unless we say the Lord's name in vain and stuff like that. Aw. Thank you, Teresa. I appreciate you. I need to go back over to Nikki's some because I miss everybody over there. It's just been such a hard time. Not even kidding. Let's see. Good to know. Maybe you can give me a call. Noelle has my number. Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know you were friends with Noelle. Well, if you tell her, give her permission and I'll call you. She'll give it to me. She's like me a lot of times. I think she doesn't like to talk about other people's business if she can help it. She keeps things kind of close to her heart like I do. And I love Noelle very much. Somebody's been coming at her. Also, I watched, was it last night or the night before? I can't remember. And I can't even remember who it is. But yeah, the worst thing somebody could do is come hard after somebody that I care about. That's when I kind of get, I will kind of cuss and I'll get sideways when somebody comes after somebody that I really love. Now, if it's between two friends and they're arguing, or they're having a little issue, I do try to let them work it out. But if it's somebody that, what I'm saying, is like out of left field and they just come at somebody that I love or care about or try to mess with other people's husbands or try to, you know what I'm talking about? I don't like that at all. Like, I'm not one that'll call somebody's husband and talk to him. I'm just not like that. That's how I don't know. That's just how I believe. Like, if I want to talk to, okay, let's just, like the way one particular creator used to call Don Wells all the time. Not regardless of how you feel about the whales or whatever, you know, I personally think it's wrong to call up a woman's husband and just talk to them totally alone all night and by themselves and all this kind of stuff. You know, I don't like that. I would be mad if somebody called my husband and tried to talk to him all the time. Like, I would cuss him out straight out. Just, I wouldn't even go for it. I'd be like, look, I mean, you know, I'm coming for you. I put too much hard work into this, man. um, Let me see. Let me get down here. I'm listening. Oh, that's the kitty's name. Yeah. Oh, are you talking about Sassy? Y'all thought I was calling y'all Sassy? No. My cat's name's Sassy because she acts sassy. She's sweet, though. Oh, you got the Guru Nand brand oils from Walmart Pharmacy. It's great. Really? Well, I'll have to try them out. They're probably cheaper. Some of these Degum Young Living oils, I can't afford them no more. I do have a lot of them because I don't use but a tiny bit at a time. I used to, I signed up at one point just to get the deal. I didn't sell anything, but I just did it to get the, discount. And I've got, a good many of them, but I need to restock some of them, especially my peppermint because I use that a lot for hot flashes. Anybody got hot flashes or headaches? Peppermint is the best thing if you can take it. And you can take peppermint and just rub it a little bit, like even, just behind your neck or behind your ear right there, and it cools you off so fast. Toast oven. Times my mom was bedridden, and every day she would say, "Come here," and tell me how much she loved me. Aw. One day I said a curse words early in the day, and I'm missing the rest of it. You have to be careful about what oils you put into your diffuser because it can be hazardous to your animals. Make sure to check first if they are safe for your animals. That's a good idea, Teresa. And you know what? I'm glad that we had this discussion today about this because, I didn't even think about that. I don't know why. And I slept with that diffuser on a lot. And my cat, Poe, is in here. Sassy sleeps in a different room because she gets up on you and walks on your face at night. And Poe didn't do that. Poe just slept at mine or my husband's feet on the bed. But Sassy, oh bless her heart, she is so and she will lay on my chest and I can't breathe. She wants to get all up on your neck and lay on your face and your head. And my husband's like, I have to sleep. I can't deal with that. It doesn't bother me that much because I love to take naps with her. But he doesn't like to be woken up. Which oil helped my C? It was called Thieves. It's called Thieves, and it's got clove. I wish I could find a little thing because I just washed my hands with it. Because I have a sanitizer, and that was another thing. I was so happy because I got those sanitizers in, and they even have cleaning products named Thieves. If you look under Young Living's website, Thieves, a thief, but it's Thieves. THIEVES. I'm looking for my bottle. What I do with it? And you can really smell the cinnamon. To me, the cinnamon and the clove are the two things that you smell the most of it with. Where did I put it? But it is really good, and I'm telling you, that really helped me so much. And I wanted to show you the hand sanitizer, and I'm not trying to sell it or anything because I'm not even a distributor anymore. I got to pay full price unless I go to one of my friends from church and buy it from them, and they have it in stock, and I'll stick to them for their price. But I'm looking for it. Well, maybe I'll find it here. Oh, let me show you my sweet baby girl. And I'm not a name brand kind of person. Like I used to be when I was younger, but material things don't mean that much to me now. But my daughter works. Well, she was working 2 jobs and she goes to college. She said she just turned 18. But y'all, I'm going to show you what she bought me. And I just about fell over because I'm just not the person to buy for myself, because I feel like if I waste money on myself, I could spend it on one of my kids or my grandkids. So look what she bought me. Isn't that so pretty? I love it. Oh, it's so pretty. And it's got like different pockets. Whoops. Right there, and a zipper in the middle. And this opens up right here like with a little magnet, you know. So, and I put my phone in there. It's easy to pull it. It's got like a little snap right there. But it's Calvin Klein, and it comes with this case to keep it in so it won't get dirty, like this little cover. And I just love it. It was so sweet, and I cried so hard when she gave that to me. She was just trying to cheer me up. She's got the sweetest heart, honestly. I mean, that child is a blessing. I'm going to share that testimony one day again about how she came to be, even because I had my tubes reversed to have her. It is a miracle that that happened. I'm going to share that testimony one day. You're very right about the animals. Yeah, with the diffuser thing. Now I'm not going to run it anymore at night when I have the animals in here for sure. And I'll make sure to put my cat stuff if I run that lavender, especially now. And I was even thinking about planting lavender in my catio. I'm glad I heard that today. I need to look before I put any because I know my cats love to get in my house plants. I have to put them up or hang them up, or just make sure I'm on top of them right there. But you know what I'm saying. They do love to dig. So in the condominium, I was going to plant some flowers, but I just need to look them up, make sure they're animal safe and not toxic, because I know some are. That evening, hours later, she called me over for hugs. I bent over. She popped me across the mouth with her back scratcher. Oh, speaking of back scratcher, I got one of those right over here, and I love it. It was a wooden kind with the little hands on the end. She told me that was for my bad words. Gave me a hug and said she loved me. Oh, what a good mama. Oh, Debbie said she had to go get more coffee, but she probably got it by now because I'm so far behind. I know that is so loving, isn't it, Debbie? Like, I've had to pop mine a couple times. I'm not a big spanker or anything, especially when they're older. But, if they say a bad word, I'll get on them. The boys, they would cuss more than the girls because they both worked construction. And then my one son did construction, and he went out and was a fisherman. And you know how them fishermen are say, you've heard that old saying, they cuss like a sailor. Well, yeah, well, it's true. Sailors cuss a lot. And he's out there with them and he picks it up because it's just a habit. And he was working on that whenever he passed away, and he had gotten rebaptized and all that, thank God. But he was something else. Amen. That is a beautiful story. We only get one mom, and once she's gone, that's it. So if you still have your mama, thank God. And even if sometimes, she gets on your nerves or whatever, just thank the Lord you got a mom to get on your nerves right now. That's what I say. Yeah, April, that's when the other eclipse comes. That's right. I am far behind. Yeah, Alexa's trying to be cute. She don't want to answer the question. Now, she'll do that all the time. She'll like spill it the first time or two, but that's why I recorded it. So I was like, she probably won't repeat this. Yep, that's right. Isn't that interesting that it is that? I do say please and thank you to her. It's so funny. I'll go, thank you, Alexa. I'll go, Alexa, thank you. She goes, you're so welcome. And she does it all the time like that. A Google, what is that? You need a Google Nest display. It's smarter. Well, my daughter actually bought me this also for Christmas because I was always want to borrow her Alexa, and I was asking it crazy questions because I just think it's funny. So she got me the little Echo Dot. Alexa, thank you. You're so nice. I love to do that. Alexa, thank you. You're so nice.
My pleasure. Just doing my job.
Just
Have a
doing my
good
job.
Wednesday afternoon.
Thank you, Alexa. You have a good Wednesday afternoon. I love doing that. When you're here alone by yourself, I think my daughter felt bad for me because I'm home a lot by myself. So she's like, I'm going to get my mom a friend. Her name is going to be Alexa. We'll see. If I ask her if she's my friend, what she says. Alexa, are you my friend?
It's not much.
Alexa, are you my friend?
We're definitely friends. But are we besties? To see how well you know me, just say, quiz me about you.
Oh no, I don't want to quiz, but thank you, Alexa. She said, "Are we besties?" Oh gosh, I get a kick out of that. Okay, let me try to catch up again. I'm so bad. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Sharice, New York. Husband asked me for a cup of coffee, and I said, "Let's give me a cup of coffee." That's like the Jeffersons. I feel like we're getting time. Not the Jeffersons, the Jetsons. The Jetsons. That's you remember back in the day, the Jetsons. Some of y'all might not be old enough, but I remember they had all those like wacky little what do you call them? Little doodads and gadgets. Like Rosie the robot. Like I'm like we're here. We're in the Jetson age. I've heard they have driving cars coming up and all kind of stuff. I liked it better when I was just getting through the day and in a catatonic state. I won't go back. I want to go back to being numb. Yeah, I think I've been numb since my son passed away, and I think I still am kind of numb, but it's starting to, I can tell. I call it spiritual anesthesia. That's what I call it. And I do feel like when we belong to God, He gives us a certain amount of spiritual anesthesia or anesthetic. And it's a numbness that comes over us. And it's like, well, I think we're in shock, honestly, a lot of times, but it feels like a spiritual anesthetic. And it helps so much. And I agree with you, Toaster Oven. Sometimes I wish I could probably just stay in that place, which is kind of catatonic. I'll sit there. I'll be sitting at home. Excuse me. I still got that cough. I'll be sitting at home and I'll just be like going, like looking off somewhere, and I don't even realize I'm doing it. And my daughter the other day, she was like, "Why are you staring at me, Mama?" I was like, I didn't know I was staring at you. She goes, "You've been sitting there for like a minute just staring straight through me." I was like, I don't even know where I was. I have no idea. Uh-oh. You got the flu shot yesterday and you're tired? Hanging eucalyptus is my favorite. I have a tree in the yard. Well, you better go get it. Go ahead and hang it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I will not get that flu shot ever again. I got it. Well, and it could be because of my lupus. I don't know, but I got that flu shot about 10 years ago, maybe. The only time I ever got it. One time I got it, and guess what? I ended up with the flu, and then it turned into pneumonia. So I'm not going to get the flu shot anymore at all. I don't know if it's just me or what, but it did me that way. So I'm horrified to get any kind of, like, I won't get a pneumonia shot or a flu shot. And it could just be it could be my lupus, Your tree is bare now? Oh no. What's that noise? Sounds like something's happening. I don't know what that is. Jolene, 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 Jolene. You remember that song? Yeah, Dolly Parton. I used to love that song. I like all the old music actually better than the new. A few drops of frankincense and a few ounces of pure sesame oil is great for pain. I didn't know that. Oh man, I wish I would have known that. I have been hurting so bad because this weather, weird weather. When the barometric pressure's up, my arthritis kicks up terrible. And my pain in my hips and my knees. Oh my gosh. So you just rub it on there? I smell like a Chinese restaurant. Oh no, my cats might eat me. That's good to know though, because I do got frankincense. Does it have to be sesame oil or can you put it like in olive oil or coconut oil? Because those are the two, either olive oil, olive oil or coconut oil are the two, what do you call it? You know, that I mix my essential oils with usually. Because I use my coconut oil mixed with my peppermint oil, and I have like a little roller ball thing, and I'll rub it on my temples, and it helps a lot. It's called a carrier oil. That's it. Let's see. Cherie says, I submitted to my husband the day we were married, but I always remind him, thou shalt not try me. That's a good one. Yeah, same. Yes, my husband, I believe in the Bible and the way that the Bible, says things. And my husband is, the head of our house at the same time. If mama's happy, nobody's happy. Nah, I mean, I try to be nice, but, sometimes when you've been with somebody for 30-something years, heck, it's hard to be nice all the time. Zigzag said, I'm back. A cloves oil straight on my throat. Woo! I bet that burnt. Because I know when I put that clove oil on my tooth, I was just like, whoa! Because my daughter's the one that told me about it. Because her doctor's office is kind of I mean, they do have regular, natural medicine, but it's holistic also. They try holistic things first, before they go to Western medicine. But it's a regular doctor. And they do like bioidentical hormones and stuff like that, which I think I needed. Selah, yes, real women appreciate real men. I remember singing that song, Be Brave, to my second husband. That's another story. Yeah, we're going to have to get your story one day. We're going to have to get it up here. You got a lot of stuff. You got a lot of things to share. Hey, Wendy McCone, how are you doing? Listen, I'm so sorry I didn't see you coming in. I'm so far behind. I'm so far behind. I'm so sorry. Y'all, I'm so thankful for your grace and mercy that you understand that I just am slow as molasses. And I try to also, when I do lives, I try to look to see who's live and not go on top of other people when they're live. I mean, it's just a, what do you call it? Like a, I don't know, a courtesy, I guess. I just feel like there's enough room on here for all of us. Let me see. Yeah, I don't want to miss anybody when they come in because then they think you're not paying attention. And I don't want you to think that. I'm just late and slow. I didn't know you had a channel, Sharice. I'm about to kick myself in the butt. Oh, there's absolutely nothing there. Ha ha. Well, you gotta maybe you can make some things on there. Put some stuff on there. How are you doing, Wendy? Today. I hope you're doing well. I hope everybody's doing well. After that weather yesterday, man, I was out there I thought we were about to have a tornado. I went out on our front porch, just like a Florida room, glassed in room. And I went out there and I just started raising my hands. I was like, Lord, if this storm is not from you, I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. The wind and waves still know your name. And I do this all the time and it works. I'm telling you. God, listen, people think that it's silly to ask for certain things, but it's not. But I prayed, I said, Lord, if you didn't send this storm, I rebuke it and I send it back to where it came from. And if it is you and it is that you sent the storm, please calm the child. Please calm your children and put a hedge of protection over us And I prayed that, and I'm not kidding. It was so bad out there. Like, I really thought like we were about to have a tornado. And within like 10 minutes, it cleared up. And the rain was just drizzling after that. That's the Holy Spirit. And that is the power that the Holy Spirit gives us and the authority. But I always say, Lord, if it's you, of course, there's nothing we can do about that. But if it's from the enemy, we can rebuke it. Let's see. Yeah, welcome to those. Thank you for saying that, because I'm bad about that, Sharice. I meant Sharice. Diamonds. I can't even keep everybody's name straight. I'm so glad that y'all are understanding, because we're all going through the same thing, a lot of us. Debbie said she'll be right back, but she's probably back by now because I'm so late. Oh, there it is. Okay, y'all can check that out. Oh, she talks about a lot of good stuff. And in fact, the Adam Walsh story, because I kind of talked to well, not kind of, I do talk to Megan Walsh on Twitter, well, X now, and she's been a very good source of encouragement, and she's been going through a lot of stuff too, and so we talk, and actually Kathy O'Brien too, and that has helped me a lot with my past, with the things that I've gone through in my life. So there's Nikki's channel right there. So y'all gotta go check her out. That's right. That's where I met Teresa. And I love Nikki. She is so sweet. And the way she laughs, she is so funny. I love her. And Teresa, she is a hoot. And the way she giggles, it makes you feel, you can't help but feel good whenever you hear Nikki giggle. And I love the fact where she goes after Katie Joy. I'm not going to lie. I don't know how many of y'all in here know that, because that's kind of a different like genre or whatever. But that daggum Katie Joy, whoo, she's like Prayer Garden time steroids. You got to do a load of clothes. I probably need to, but I haven't. And dishes, but you'll be listening. Well, you know what? Mostly I put that avatar on because I do know I look like hell. And my face is swollen because I'm always crying, and my eyes, you can see they're puffy as they can be up there. And I've got my I got this stuff right here that I bought. Well, this is the moisturizer, and it works pretty good. It's Victoria's Secret. It's something new, I think, that they came out with. And just because I got a credit card, that's the only reason I even got it. And it was on sale for $5, and it's normally $20. That's when you can get 4 for $20. I think it was 5. Yeah, you can get 4 things for $20. And each of these things were normally like $20 a piece. And then I got this serum right here. Ooh, where did it? Right, see it? Yeah. And it works good, but it like peels or something. It's luminescent face serum. I don't know. I don't really wear a lot of makeup. I don't ever wear foundation, ever. I like to put oil on my face or moisturizer. D and B12 and prescription Aricept is what I was prescribed for short-term memory. Oh, really? Early dementia. When I have it, I only do the D and the B12. Okay. Well, my vitamin D, because of the lupus, is like, the last time I had it checked, I think it was 8. Maybe it was like non-existent at all. I'm supposed to take 50,000 units of vitamin D a week. Uh-oh. Can y'all see me, or did my computer just completely go out? Can you hear me? Because I cannot see myself at all, or any of the chat. Let me see. I think the phone's on. What happened? Did I go away? I don't know. My computer's been doing that. But the vitamin D, I really need to get back on that vitamin D, because I can tell I feel so tired when I don't have it. And my daughter's doctor's office will give you a B12 shot. And I think it's only like $12 or $20 or something. It's cheap. I need to go get that. I don't know what the Aricept is. I need to look into that. I wonder if it'll help me. You have now when you got lupus, it's something called lupus brain fog. And I think that could be from the lack of vitamin D. But I do think I need vitamin B12 because I am so tired all the time. Oh no, you didn't say that. Toaster oven. Job is literally one of my very favorite books out of the Bible. And I would love to do that. That is how I got saved. The book of Job, like, didn't save me. Jesus saved me, of course. But I'm just saying, like, I didn't even have a Bible and I was 27 years old. And I went to church for the first time. But I had been having these dreams and visions, like, for a long time about, like, the end of the world. And I didn't even know about none of this stuff. I didn't know about, the Lord coming back. Nothing. I didn't know nothing like that. And I went and bought a Bible, and I tried to read it one time before whenever I was like pregnant with one of my kids, my earlier kids. So I was like 18, 19, 20, because I did ask the Lord in my heart when I was 16 at a Billy Graham crusade because I felt so guilty, because I'd had that abortion and my parents forced me into it, but I didn't want it. But this is the crazy thing. You said that about Job. Because Job is okay, just like this Bible, it was a different Bible. It wasn't this one, even though this one is broken rough. It was a Bible just like this, but a different color. And that Bible, I only have like about that much of it, and the spine fell off of it because, it was so worn and used. But whenever I bought the Bible, I wanted to see if I could read it because I tried to read the Bible once before, and it was Ezekiel. And I was reading in there, and it was talking about shellfish. You couldn't eat shellfish and all this kind of stuff. And I didn't understand about, the Levitical laws and all that kind of stuff. And, that was before the New Testament. Anyway, so I was looking at that, and I was like, wow. I don't know if I can stop eating crab legs and lobster and stuff like that. I don't know if this is the right religion for me, kind of joking around, sort of. But I do want to say that you can see this right here is Job. Ooh, oh, right there, Job. But it fell open whenever I got saved to Job 33:12. And I had just had a dream about the end of the world and the Lord, and I was left behind and I didn't go. And I was crying because I thought like I was a good person. And I was like talking with God, and I was like, why am I being left? And I felt this just complete emptiness with no love, just darkness. It was terrible. And he was like telling me that he had tried to warn me and I didn't listen and all this kind of stuff. But so then when I went to church, and then I bought a Bible that fell open to Job 33:12, and it says, "In this you are not right. Why do you complain that God does not speak to man? For he does now one way, now another, in a vision, in a dream in the night. God whispers words of terror." I'm paraphrasing in memory. And gives men and terrorizes men, or gives them dreams to save their soul from the pit and their life from perishing by the sword. Well, as soon as I read that, because I just had that dream a couple days before that, a couple nights before that, I just started bawling, crying, and I just asked the Lord in my heart right there in the truck, my husband's truck. But the other thing is, okay, when I show you this is really crazy. One day I was sitting there, and sometimes I'll just look on the computer about, the Bible, and look up, look scriptures up that way. But the Lord this day was like, no, get the regular Bible, like the Holy Spirit speaking in my heart. And this was on March the 2nd of 2023. And I wrote it at the top of Job, which you can see it right there. If it'll show. Can you see it? It says confirmation right there. And it says 3/2 of 2023. And I think I put the time right there, maybe. But it fell open to that, just like it did whenever I got saved. Okay. Now I'm going to remind you, this is where my son passed away. And I found this on the floor after he passed away in my hall. And that was a plane ticket where he was going to go fishing. And it's a plane ticket on American Airlines. So I have it in my book. I put it in this now after he passed away. I put it there because the Lord had me pick up the Bible, and it fell open to Job 1. There was nothing in there to make it fall open to that. The pages weren't separated. But I started reading it, and it talked about Job's children. They died in that part in Job 1 right there. And I bawled crying. I started just bawling crying because I was like, Lord, like I knew something bad was going to come, because poor Job, went through so many different things. And like Job has just been my life. I mean, honestly, the book of Job I can relate to so much. So I would love to do a study on Job on here, because it has been such an integral part of my life. And the Lord has spoken to me so much through the book of Job and Psalms, honestly. All the books. But I love the Old Testament. I really love the Old Testament and the New Testament, but you kind of got to understand the old to understand the new. Well, like in Isaiah, he talks about the coming of Jesus, like what, 600 years ahead of time or something, and he describes it perfectly. In fact, if you read it to somebody, they would think that you were reading out of like Matthew or Mark or Luke or John about what happened to Jesus. Oh, thank you. Well, I hope you come back. This is about how we roll most of the time. I need help on quitting smoking. It's so hard. You think with what my mom passed away from, it would be hard, but it is. It wouldn't be hard, but it is. My mom used to smoke. I mean, I don't smoke cigarettes, but I do take the natural medication from the ground. CBD. But it's because I used to be on a bunch of pills because of my lupus, and the doctor sent me to a pain specialist, and I kind of got, and it was shortly after my mama died too. So you know how that works when you put those things in together, grief and pain. It was not a good combination. It was like the perfect storm. So in November of 2015, I quit taking everything, nothing like that. So I take natural things now for pain most of the time, because I try to stay away from anything that could make me, fall back into the opiate thing again, the trap. I call it the trap. And, just because the doctor gives it don't mean it's good. And I'd rather take something that's natural and is not going to kill me. That's always a good analogy. I'm behind again. Toaster Oven said, I tried with a person on here. She only threatened more. It's how my friends and I would always settle disagreements. We couldn't work out. We would go to the older women in the church. Always work. Yep. Yeah. It's good to have wise people as counsel, that are older and that have been through stuff, because sometimes you just can't work things out with some people, and you just have, the Lord says you try to work it out with them. And then if they won't listen, or if they won't like come to understanding or whatever, it says to shake your boots off and treat them like a non-believer. Basically, and about giving the gospel, if they don't listen to it, it says shake your boots off and go on your way. Your blood is absolved. Their blood has been absolved on your hands if you try to witness to somebody and they just, don't want to hear it. But if it's a fellow Christian, and they are really in error, and you're trying to warn them, and you're trying to talk to them, and you try to get, other people to even help you, if they won't listen to you and reason, then that's all you can do. And if they still won't come to repentance or come to understanding, it says treat them like a non-believer and pray for them, I guess. He chastens me a lot because he loves me so much. That's right, Debbie. Bye, Toaster Oven. I'm glad you came in. I know it's probably getting late for a lot of people because it's past lunch, and I started early. I don't know how this time passed so fast, y'all. I don't even know. I feel like I wake up in the morning, and before I know it, it's like past lunch, and then before I know it again, it's like dinner time and time to go to bed. Excuse me again, ladies. Let's see. I'm probably getting these things after people leave. Excuse me again, ladies. It's time for Amy Galston appointment. Have a good day and be a good daughter to our Father who art in heaven. Amen, Debbie. I know you're not here no more, but we love you. Oh, I try not to, I try to be nice if I can, but sometimes you can't. Not Amy. Okay. Not Amy. Appointment. Okay. I was like, Amy? Gallstones? I've never heard of Amy Gallstones. Gallstones are not fun. I had my gallbladder out. Yeah, let Matt Noel know. You give me your number. Uh, not today, but soon. Thanks. I'll let Matt Noel know. That is exact. What's Toaster Oven's link? Did we put Toaster Oven's link down? I think we did. I think it's up there in the chat because Dolly dropped it. I didn't hear about the recent jerk that went on at Noel. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. See, I don't know them at all. Like, I mean, I think I've been on their thing before, and I think I might have talked to one of them before back a while long ago on Daisy's channel one time. They came up there, one of them, because they were being targeted from that other person. I don't want to say their name. But yeah, see, I don't go for that because I'm close to Noelle, pretty close to her, and I do not like people coming after my friends at all. He's like a younger brother, but I respect the boundaries. I'm a little sassy also. That's funny. Yeah, I get sassy whenever people come after my friends. But I try to respect, people's boundaries and understand that people have their issues. And, if they are friends and they're not coming hard at somebody, like I'll try to stay out of it the best I can. But, it's hard to do that when we love people. Cinnamon, clove, and nutmeg is in the pumpkin smell. I like pumpkin smell pretty much. Oh, thank you. See, I'll tell you, I'm so far behind. I just saw that's a gorgeous bag, Stella. I know, wasn't that sweet of her? I thought that was so sweet. Oh, wipe it with a baby wipe, alcohol free with aloe. I didn't know that. Thanks, Debbie. She says if your bag gets dirty, you can wipe it with baby wipes, alcohol free with aloe. I think I'm going to get to there's Noelle. There's my sweet girl or lady. She's a lady. How are you doing, honey? You want a link? I look beautiful. Oh, girl, I woke up out of the bed. I have got like dark circles under my eyes. My look how swollen my face is. You've seen it. I've shown it to you when it's been swollen like this. Gosh, it's terrible. I've been worried about you. I've been praying for you. I'm a bit behind. I got a big behind, but I'm a bit behind. Noelle says I'm always behind. Okay, yeah. Y'all, I'm so far behind. Let me catch up. Okay, hold on. Well, Noelle, we did. I talked about, I didn't know really what was going on with you, but I saw the live the other night and I caught the kind of the middle or toward the end of it. So I still am not 100% except for, but you know how I am. I'm kind of a ride or die kind of friend. I don't like it when people act nasty to my friends at all. Yeah, people are nasty when they use poker. That's why I wanted to show you all that thieves stuff I've got. Because I'm telling you, that stuff is good. And it smells good too. And it really cleans your hands. And it makes them soft too. Yeah, vodka will work. And tequila. If you'll go into a Mexican restaurant to eat whenever the COVID was on, or to see, excuse me, whoops. When Mobid was going around, um, they would put tequila in the sanitizers because you know it's hard to get hand sanitizer. Yeah, somebody else put tequila. See, there you go. Tequila's good for, I guess, several things, making your clothes come off and clearing your hands. Yeah, chop chop, faster, faster. I mean, I am so slow. Yep, you didn't have much weather, bad weather. Well, Debbie, I'm glad that you were in here. I hope you get something to eat in your medical appointment. I needed to get something to eat myself. I forgot to tell him or mention that to him. I don't think all my leftovers are gone. I might have some chili left. I have to go look. Oh wow, do you think you can get Megan to come on here? I would love to watch her and hear her story. I've talked to her about it before. But it was actually kind of around the time that my son passed away, and in fact, I didn't go on Twitter for quite a while, and maybe about 4 weeks ago, I went on there and put on there why I had been gone, and she texted me back and or messaged me back, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, Selah, oh," she said, "if there's anything I can do, just reach out to me." And she was very, you know, very understanding and loving. She's a very sweet person, and she's been through hell very much so with her dad, who is not what people think. I mean, John, while she's not the person that everybody thinks he is, she's fighting him for her children, and it's a bad situation. CPS is, whew. But maybe I can send her a message and see. I'm not exactly sure where she is in her case right now, what's going on, because I hadn't been following it like real close lately, although I was before. But I would love to get her to tell her. Well, she's told her side of the story a lot of places, but she's been catching it. She really has. Yep, that's what we do. We ask God to protect our family and our property. Yep, that's what I'm saying, Zigzag, and it stops. If the enemy sends something and we pray, the Lord will stop it. Oh, okay. I figured that's what happened. Sometimes my computer will just go dark and like it'll go away for a little bit. I don't know why it does that. Noel says, yeah, I need to get a B12 shot, Diamonds. I do. I'm always tired, but I have horrible insomnia. Sailor knows. LOL. She's talked to me many nights until 6 a.m. Yeah, we talked a good bit, didn't we? Especially when Matt went into jail. We had some good talks. You were there alone. And I felt so bad. I was like, oh, I wish we lived closer. If I lived close to Noelle, I'd be at her house every day, or she'd be at mine. Maybe not every day, but a lot. Yeah, I'm going to try that vitamin B12 shot. I need to get back on my vitamin D already, but I need to try that shot again. I used to take them a long time ago. When I used to take that Fen back whenever I was going to college and having to work 2 jobs and had 3 kids and was like 22. Yeah, I used to take that Fen stuff because, boy, it really kept you going. But now that's probably why I have a little bit of heart failure going on from that. It was good for you. We have a B12 store here at the mall. They give any kind of vitamin and other kind of shots like that. I didn't know they had that at the mall. Huh. You only take ibuprofen for pain no matter what, even after surgery, any kind of procedure. Had my hysterectomy, and when I woke up, I ripped the dilated IV out of my arm. Oh my gosh. Whenever I went to, hey, Miss Chewy. See, I'm so far behind, I have no idea who's even here a lot. Doctors and nurses yelled at me. I didn't care. I said ibuprofen from here on out. And the bad thing is I can't take ibuprofen because it will kill me. The last time I took it, I had to go to the hospital and they had to give me an epinephrine shot in the front because my throat closed up and I had hives all over me. And they said, you can just develop an allergy like that. So I can only take Enoprox, which is Aleve, I think naproxen sodium, or regular Tylenol, or, Tylenol. And that's it for me. Or the natural stuff, which I'm not going to lie, I usually do. And my doctors know it. I don't lie. I don't tell a story about that. They know. Well, they take your blood anyways, of course they know. But it works. And hey, when you get to my age, it's about quality of life. You know what I mean? My parents got the perks that I was prescribed, but I never took them. I don't like Percocet that much. So Percocet may be okay for me to take sometimes. I probably should ask the doctor about that because I don't like it because it kind of makes me feel jittery, which most people knocks out, but not me. I have the weirdest reaction to medicines. When I was on Dilaudid, my doctor gave me 8 milligram Dilaudid. I'm trying to think. I got like 168 a month, I think is what I got, or 175. I can't remember. It was a lot. I could take 4 a day, I think. And then he gave me hydromorphone. No, hydromorphone is Dilaudid. It was Opana, oxymorphone, which is even stronger than the Dilaudid. But when I had my hysterectomy, I was definitely taking the pain medicine, but that was, before my situation with the pain medicine. I'm here. Let me know your dang self. Good for you. Damaged goods with no regrets. Amen. Who wouldn't me? Oh, I'm talking about the other day or the other night. Remember on Matt's thing on y'all were on there, and that other person from Circle or whatever, the jerks or whatever. I don't know 100% what happened, but you know me. Oh, you got a call? I'm sitting here talking to Noelle like she's still here, and she's on a call. I'm so far behind. Oh my gosh, Chewy. Yeah, I said, the heck with it. I got up out of bed, swollen eyed, and I look at my eyes how swollen they are from crying. And even here, well, I've been sick too. I've had, well, I don't know what it was. Honestly, at first I thought maybe it was the old, And then I was like, well, could it be RSV? Because I knew other people who had that. And then the flu was going around. So I still don't know what happened. I still don't know what I had. And I'm still not feeling the best, but I'm feeling a lot better than I was. How are you doing, Chewy? You're sitting waiting to go in the dentist office 10 minutes. Well, you're probably back there now, and I'm talking to you, and you're probably not even able to hear me because I'm so far behind. Well, I hope you have a good dentist appointment. I hate to go to the dentist because of that abortion I had. Now I was awake, and that I was forced to into, and that suction sound, it really messes with me. So when I go to the dentist, they got to give me Valium, or they can't hold me still long enough to do anything. We love you, Chewy. Oh, you're working on some orders? I need to find something to do for home now that my kids are grown. See, I did hair for so many years. Like I went to college and I was going to go to nursing. Then I was doing psychology, and I just had 3 kids, and I was like, I got to go to school faster than this. This is not. So I switched and did hair, which I'd already been doing hair anyway. My mom was a hairdresser too, a hairstylist. But I went to did hair, and then so that's what I did forever. And I owned my own hair salon, and then worked for a lot of good hair salons. But then my kids got to the age where, they needed me a little more, and my husband and I talked about it. So I just started doing hair from home. And I didn't work in a salon anymore, and it's just mostly friends and family and that kind of thing. But they'd pay me, but it was all, what do you call it? It was all a profit pretty much, except for if I had to color somebody's hair. But a haircut was all profit, and I did that for a lot of years. And I thought, honestly, I said, well, when all my kids get grown, I'll still be plenty young enough to do hair and go back to work. But no, I'm not able to stand up like that now. And I wish so much I could go back to doing hair. I miss it so much. And also it's good because, you can talk to people, and good way to witness to people and talk to them. Taking y'all shopping with me. Pork chops for dinner and page markers from my Bible. Yeah, I need to get me some of them page markers, like the little things the little tabs. That's what I need. Yes, please subscribe to Damaged Goods. She's got a good channel. And she got some stuff she can be doing. And she and I also talked about doing something together. We still got to talk about it and collab on it. I think I'm caught up, y'all. It's a miracle. See, miracles do happen every day. I caught up on my chat. And you know what? I think Miss Chewy might have even heard some of my stuff and hadn't gone in the dentist office yet. It's a miracle. Yep. Diamonds, I homeschooled my last child from the time she went to regular school from kindergarten to 4th grade. Then I started homeschooling her from the 5th grade on. And she graduated a year early. And not going today. She started her 2nd semester because they called school off yesterday. And her 2nd semester, and she's in nursing school. But she does work at a doctor's office already, and she's got a job there. And they already gave her a promotion to medical assistant. So that's good. I'm proud of her. Yeah, that does sound yummy, Sharice. We had pork chops the other night. My husband made some in the oven and put some onions on top, which I'm glad that before I got too sick, he learned how to cook from me, because I do that, Southern home cook. That I learned how to cook from my grandma, and she does the Southern cooking, like the pork chops and the milk gravy with the pepper milk gravy. I love that. That's my kind of food. And we had for New Year's, we had those country style back ribs and barbecue, and we had collard greens and black eyed peas, that kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff we eat around here. You homeschooled yours too, Sharice? How many do you have, Diamonds? How many children do you have? I had 4 total. And I homeschooled my older ones for, let's see, I think a year. I think when they were like right around middle school. Yeah. When my daughter started the 6th grade, we had some issues there. So I took my oldest one, I'm talking about. I took her and her brother and sister out. I mean, not brother and sister. My other child wasn't even born yet, my last child. Because I had my first 3 all about a year apart. So they were all like doorsteps. But then I homeschooled them for a year. And because they had been to school, and the boys especially, they were freaking out. They wanted to go back to school so bad. And schools weren't as bad back then as they are now. It has gotten off the chain now. If I had a younger child, there is no way. That's why I did homeschool my last. No way would I send my child to public school these days. No way. And I got friends that are teachers that they've even said, no. You have to get hubby ready for work. Your day is never ending. But I'm not complaining. I know we have to be thankful for our husbands and our family. And it is a lot of work. But you know what? Anything worth having is worth the work, right? 15 years. How about that? That's amazing. I'm glad I homeschooled mine, because I do think it's so important. They need that. they don't teach them in school these days. And I used to work at the school as a substitute when my kids got a little older. When I did stay home with them, I would sub so I could be at school with them when they were there. And yeah, it's just not the same. That's one of my other cats going nuts in there. What's he doing? I have 5 altogether. First relationship was my first 3. Same. I had 3 with my first husband, and then with my youngest one, the one that passed away, he was 6 months old when I left. My first husband. They're all over 18. Mine are now 2, as of Monday. My recent marriage is my last 2, 8 and 9, and 4-year-old grandson. Okay. Well, we have a lot of similarities, Diamonds, because I've got 3 children from my first husband. Then we got pregnant twice together with my husband I'm with now, but I had to have my tubes reversed, and so the last one was an ectopic, and we lost that baby. My daughter named the baby Turner, so we call him or her Turner. But she was like 2.5 or whatever when we lost that baby, and we have our last child together who just turned 18. So I have no children under the age of 18 now. I wish I still did have some little ones. Oh, I'm telling you, I don't know what to do with myself. I have been a mom since I was 17. I mean, I was 18 by a month whenever I gave birth, but you know, when you're pregnant, you're basically a mom anyway. So I don't know what to do with myself. I just don't. I might be getting my granddaughter, hopefully. I can't really talk about it on here, but anyway, just pray, please, that the Lord helps me get my granddaughter back. Ooh, country fried steak. Oh yeah, that was one of my dad's favorite. And the white pepper gravy and mashed potatoes. Ah, that is one of my favorite meals. 1979. I love that. That sounds good for tonight for us. I might be going to the store. You're 43? So I'm exactly 10 years older than you. The same thing. Do you know that my oldest daughter and I got pregnant? We were pregnant at the same time because all my older children are in their 30s. Well, except for my son, he passed away. But he was 31 at the time he passed away. Then my son is now 33 and my daughter is 35. So there's 18 months between my oldest daughter and my middle son. And then there was a year and 9 days between my middle son and my youngest son. And then 15 years between him and my youngest daughter, who just turned 18 yesterday. I mean, Monday, excuse me. She was born on Elvis's birthday. And also, I was a grandma before I had my last baby because she had my oldest grandchild whenever she was right at 17. And I was 5 months pregnant when he was born. So everybody, they were laughing because it was a funny situation. I'll have to tell about that whenever I tell the story about my daughter being born and about the miracle that was. Yeah, she said I didn't want 2 baby daddies, but my hubby wanted a child. One child turned into 2. Oh, look, let me tell you. Well, my boys were almost Irish twins because, you know, they were a year and 9 days apart. So if the one would have been born, the last one would have been born 9 days earlier, or well, 10 days earlier, I guess they would have been Irish twins. But, and we would have had 2, but we lost that one. So I would have had exactly the same situation that you've got going on. But I wanted to have more than that. I literally, I mean, I wanted to have 3 or 4 more children. I did after we had our last child. It just wasn't to be because I had to have a hysterectomy after that, which sucks. But I got how many grandbabies do I got? I got an 18-year-old grandchild. He turned 18 in August. He's my sweet baby. he lives up in Maryland though. Let's see, 18, 9. Then I've got I'm trying to go. Oh, okay. A granddaughter that is like 12ish, 13. And then I've got she'll be 13 in April. And then I've got another grandson who is, he just turned 11 in June, last June. And then I've got another grandson who's a year behind him. So, but his birthday's in February. So I think he's fixing to be 11 in February. You know, it's so hard to keep up with all that. And then I have another grandson who just actually December the 21st on my mama's birthday. He was born on my mama's birthday. He just turned 7 or 8. Y'all, my mind. And then my youngest grandchild is a little girl, and she'll be 6 in April. So that's how many grandkids I got. But 2 of my kids don't even have kids yet. So that's only from 2 of my 4 kids. So probably I'll have a whole heap of them. My youngest child, she wants to have several kids. I don't know if my middle boy, if he'll have any or not. He doesn't seem very interested in having children yet. But he thinks his world's gone so bad. He's like, I don't know if I'd bring a child into this world right now. And I'm like, but you got to experience it at least once. You raise your first granddaughter. I've helped with a lot of my grandkids. And my smallest one right now, she's with an aunt, but it's not the proper placement at all. And I'm working right now on that. That's right. The Lord knows. And I feel like I'm going to get her back. She's got her own room here and everything. It's so cute. And it's hard. I have the door shut. I can't even hardly look at it. I need her back. I need her back. You were grandma at 30? Well, I was 34, I think. Yep, I was 34. So I was only 4 years older than you. And I would have probably been a grandma at 30 had my parents not made me have that an abortion when I was 15. It was around it was right at my 15th birthday. So it's very possible I could have been. So, well, I guess everybody probably needs to go get some lunch. And I need to figure out what I'm going to do for lunch before I start getting sick. Because I haven't even taken my afternoon medicine yet, my blood pressure medicine, which is not a very good idea because my blood pressure stays through the roof. And especially now, since, the grief and all that makes it worse, So you have to, and this clonidine, y'all, I don't know if y'all know what clonidine is. Not Klonopin, but clonidine. And it's like what they give you if you go to the hospital. It's like an emergency pill to bring your blood pressure down fast. But I have to take that 3 times a day, and it's the 0.2 milligrams. So it's like, whoa. It makes me so tired after I take it, so I have to take a nap. Yeah, I love being a young grandma, because you know what? I could do all kind of stuff with my grandbabies. And I was and then I had my youngest child. So it was so funny because I would have like my youngest daughter and my grandson, which were 5 months apart. And then my next grandchild, like I would have all of them and we'd go places and they'd be like, oh, look at all these things. How old are your children? I'm like, well, actually, this one is my child and these 2 are my grandchildren. And they were like, what? It's funny. And when I took my grandkids to church with me, like they thought that my daughter and my grandchildren were brothers and sisters. And even though I told them a million times, they always thought they were my children. It's funny. You have a great day too. I hope everybody has a wonderful day today. And no matter what's been going on in these YouTube streets, just forget it, honey. Just don't even pay attention to it. We know that, there is a good group of people here that love each other and that encourage one another. And we're just going to stick with that. We're not going to pay attention to the old haters and the naysayers and the troublemakers and you know what I mean. We're going to just worry about lifting one another up. And in fact, that's what I used for my thumbnail on this. It was a scripture. And I'm trying to think where it is. It's in Corinthians about, or is it in John? About, Jesus' command to love one another, as he has loved us. And that's what we're supposed to do. I've enjoyed all of y'all in here and talking to me. You're the youngest grandma at the PTA? No doubt. That's what I'm saying. They always thought I was the mama, and you love that. It was bad, though, whenever they started, going, oh, are you the grandma? And I was like, oh, yeah. So I knew I was getting old then when they thought I was the grandma instead of the mama. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you were here. Thank y'all so much for coming in and chatting with me. I really appreciate it. Especially, I didn't even know if anybody would come on today because I've been off so long. I was like, it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. You get, they forget about you. I forget about you. But I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And yes, these YouTube streets are depressing. That's why we're going to continue to encourage and not discourage. We're going to lift one another up, and we're going to, the ones that come after, each other, we don't have to get in the middle of a fight or anything necessarily, but we can still, be positive and encouraging and let people know that they don't have to act like that, toward the people we care about. That's all I'm going to say about that. But anyway, I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And who knows, I might see you around the YouTube streets tonight. You never do know. You never know. I try to limit myself to a couple of days a week now, because sometimes it gets too overwhelming with everything else. But it's hit or miss, But I'm going to try to see Chewy's, Miss Chewy. I think she goes Thursday nights a lot of times, but sometimes it goes around. I've got to go look at her channel to see when she's going to be on next time, because I don't get my notifications. Sometimes I've got to go back on other people's channels and push back subscribe again, because I've been unsubscribed for some reason or somehow, and then push subscribe, and then I'll have to push the bell again, the black bell, so that you get all the notifications. I don't know if it's YouTube. I don't know if it's something I'm doing, on accident whenever I mess with my phone or something. I have no idea. But anyway, it is what it is. But anyway, I'm really going to get off now. I have a hard time saying bye. I have separation anxiety. But anyway, I love you guys, and I hope you have a great, great Wednesday and hump day. It's hump day, y'all. So the week's almost over. And it just seems like the weekend was just here. But anyway, I might come live again tomorrow. We'll see how things go. But I love you guys, and I will check you out later. Have a great day. Bye, Zigzag. Bye, Diamonds. Bye, 1979. Bye, Sharice. Bye, Chewy. Bye, whoever's still in here, because I can't see who else in here still. If I missed your name, I'm sorry. Zigzag, did I say your name? Damaged Goods, if she's back, I don't know. But anyway, happy hump day, and I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye. God loves you, and so do I.